I just realised I've been on mute that entire time. Yo, what's up, what's up, what's up? Apologies for the whole muting. I've actually been here chatting to you guys, you didn't realise, but welcome to the glorious competitive best of 7 between the mighty RTK's very own Human Boy and ODM's The Green One. Thank you, CJ, for noticing that I was not talking, because you guys wouldn't have been able to hear anything I just said. But basically, we're going to be playing today on Fruit Rules. The maps shall be Oasis of False Hope, Pillar of Bone, River of Maxon, Tower of Hoeth, Schwarzhafen, Troll Country, and Alpine Ridge. And I am here and alive. Hope you guys are all good today. I'm rather excited to see how this does unfold. It's going to be a pretty good one. Both these players very talented. I recently played the Green One in a best of 7 actually over on Logic's channel, and it's well worth a watch. It was some really good fun games. If there's a aggressive faction, he knows how to play it like a master. Human Boy, of course, known for his Skaven sneaky schemes and tactics. But yes. Hate those recruitment tags. Oh, the little R. The little R. Well, you know, DBD doesn't have a little R. We just, we have big R, and that's Rebane Fantasy. Dan Ice Duncan on your clan, mate. Oh, no. What's up, Chosen One? CJ, Mr. Ice Power. Oh, Green One was EC. Green One used to be EC. He's just moved over to ODM. I don't know if this is ODM, like, debut here representing the clan. We'll have to wait and see. What's up, Carlos? Hope you're all good today, man. Hope you're all good. Very excited to hop into this, honestly. It's going to be a good set of games. I haven't done a best 7 in a while. I have done a tournament in a while, actually. But that's all going to be changing. All going to be changing. Next week, I'm going to be running 2 different tournaments. One of which will be the one build Battle Royale. And the other which, I'm not sure yet. It's either going to be a Death Before Dishonor, or it's going to be a kind of invitational event, something like Ducky's Chosen, where we bring 4 competitive players to duke it out in a more of a flash tournament style of play. But I'm looking forward to this. This map, River Maxon for my Skaven. I'll go Skaven, Band, Beastmen, and Warriors of Chaos. It's a pretty good map. It's relatively open, to be honest. I think I've never played on this map. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good map. It's rather open. Both players have a slight high ground as well. So I'm looking forward to see how this does unfold. Yeah, we wanted recruits to have something. We didn't give them anything before. Exactly. It gives them a little bit of like, oh, hey, this guy is training with us and trying to play the game, rather than not being able to wear an ODM. Did ODM as Green One, or did Green One ask ODM? I have no idea, Plug and Bomb. I have no idea. I just know that these guys are together now and chilling. Joros says, go Human Boy, go Joros, man. You're an absolute shad, by the way. Underneath every single live stream, Joros has been dropping timestamps to all of the battles. I don't know how he manages to do it, but he finds a way to find all of my YouTube streams, and I love it. The Doorknob says, haven't seen a good Skaven game in a while, looking forward to this. Yeah, Human Boy really is a top-tier Skaven player, one of the best around, so excited to see him in action. Of course, Chosen One as well in chat. If you need feedback on Skaven, just look at his logo, it's the Skaven logo, so feel free to ask him questions. He's a very nice guy, so I'm sure he will answer them. Or he might keep, his Skaven schemes to himself. Logic_EU the God. How are you doing today, man? How are you doing today? I'm worried for the rats. It looks like, Wood Elves are very good up against Skaven. I think there's a few ways you can play this as Wood Elves personally, but bomb rushing the opponent is definitely the coolest way to go. Load of great stags, load of wild riders, and as I said before, the Green One is very flexible. He can skirmish masterfully, in fact. He can do some really good Wood Elf skirmish. I have seen it firsthand, but he's also a very talented aggressive player, flooding your your flanks, your rear, just jumping all over the place, bounding around your back lines, and it is a nightmare, particularly with a good Wood Elf player who knows how to rush. It can be really challenging. Can Skaven win with any other build that aren't Rattling Guns? I would argue Rattling Guns are the coolest way to win. But yeah, you can certainly win this without Rattling Guns. But it is a very tough fight for the Skaven. It's a nice counter pick coming in by the Green One, in my my humble little ducky opinion. But yes. Rattling Guns are the best, but honestly, not super meta. Yeah, they look very cool. Skaven Counter Rush is the best player here, I think. Yeah, it's risky, Ice Power. I kind of agree with you, though. I think you need to try to counter the rush. If your opponent has then gone skirmish, though, you're not guaranteed loss, but you've made life very difficult for yourself. Very, very difficult. Go watch the Skaven interview Human Boy did with me and Hadries. It's great. Well, there you go, guys. If you're looking to play Skaven, you have a little link there to a Human Boy's channel. And actually, both Human Boy and Green One are content creators. Green One, I believe, is just over on Twitch, and Human Boy is on YouTube. So definitely go over there, check their names, and see how it goes. So let's have a little look through the forces of the Skaven first and foremost. The rat catcher himself is going to be coming in with Deathmaster Snickich, one of the most bad to the bones warriors in the game. He can burst down anyone given time. He is rather squishy himself, however. He's coming in with his cloak. He's coming in as well with the Deathmaster's sigil. He's rolling dirty alongside an assassin. That is a bucket ton of punch in a small package. With the Plague Priest, of course, if you do go Deathmaster Snickich, you're often going to see the Plague Priest. He gives nice stability to the battlefield, coming in with that Vermintide, Pestilent Breath, as well as Pestilent Birth, which, adds a little bit more meat to your build. Summons have always been very powerful, particularly with the forces of the Skaven. We have Clan Rats with Spears, dotted all the way along, mixed in with basic Clan Rats as well. Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers, who are some of my personal favourite Rattos in the entire game. A load of Wolf Rats, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a load of Rat Ogres as well to back them up, which I think is a good combo. So it's kind of an aggressive build. He's not going to be sitting back too much. It's relatively decent counter rush, simply due to the sheer weight of numbers he has with his fast mobile elements there. For the green one, coming in with the green boys themselves, the Wood Elves, I like what I see. It seems like it's a mixed build, so it's majority rush. We have Lost Silver Knights on the right. We have Glade Riders, a load of Dryads in a Vanguard position dotted all the way along, with some more Glade Riders over on the left-hand side. But he still has range potential in the form of Deepwood Scouts. Now, no Swift Shiver Shards today, so he's not winning my heart just yet, but still, Deepwood Scouts are very badass and cool. And leading the battle line, we actually have Ariel. What? What is this? Oh my god, it's such a fantastic model. I remember when we saw her every single battle when she first came out, and now you basically never get to see her. So she's coming with Berry Wine and Apotheosis, basically just being brought, not only for the fact she causes Terran as a bit of a pain in the butt for Skaven, but to heal up those Lost Silver Knights. We then have Drycha coming with a Pit of Shades, as well as that Dryad Summon. This is going to be wild stuff. Now, of course, the Skaven will be able to take the high ground here. Whoever is the defender on this map can indeed take the high ground if they so wish, but both these players can be moving against each other. Skaven moving into the jaws here of this Wood Elf build, because that cavalry is going to start whipping around the flanks. It needs to be careful though, and the Wolf Rats do magic damage. That is why the Lost Silver Knights can be very risky here, and it looks like all of these guys are... No, it's a mixture, so we have some poison and some magic damage. That magic damage is going to certainly prove pretty impactful if they can catch the Knights. Ariel does swoop in here with Drycha and the Dryads. They're going to be able to cleave their way through many a ratty boy today. Looks like the Rat Ogres are getting ready to counterpunch as well, and the Deepwood Scouts are starting to unleash a couple of volleys into the enemy, aiming at those Rat Ogres, which is 100% the best target for them. Rat Ogres only have 30 armor. You can see one unit of cavalry has been dispatched by the Skaven. Lovely little catch there, though they did lose quite a lot of HP on their unit of magic Wolf Rats, which is a bit problematic. But now the Wolf Rats and Rat Ogres are all getting super aggressive, and this is going to be a big problem because the Lost Silver Knights need to be used to protect. It looks like Green One has pulled back a couple of Dryads. If the Rat Ogres get real aggressive here, they might be able to get right into that cookie jar. Over on the left-hand side, things are going far better for the Wood Elves themselves, with Drycha and Ariel punching their way through that Skaven formation. Dryads making short work here of many a Clan Rat, though we do, of course, have the summons coming in from the Plague Priest. Where is the Deathmaster and his homie? Where are they? I have no idea. I'm being blind here. I'm sure they're in here somewhere. There's no way they've been assassinated this early on. Somewhere there was a Deathmaster and Assassin, but I guess they're doing their job by keeping me out of their vision. Over on the left-hand side, Rat Ogres are pushing up with the Wolf Rats. A massive flank overload looking to try to pound in and jump on top of the Deepwood Scouts. You can see Dryads, Glade Riders, Lost Silver Knights all being pulled back there to help protect and support if at all possible. In the main fight, things are going relatively kind of even, I would say. Ariel's doing a decent job just hammering down the enemy. The Dryads, as well as Drycha, are now hunting down at the Plague Priest. Unfortunately, a little bit of lag here. Hopefully it does stabilize between these two guys. And here's the Deathmaster and Assassin. They've actually roamed with the pack. Alexander the Great style going with his cavalry and flooding and hitting his left. Dryad's been overwhelmed. Deepwood Scouts have somehow been kept online. Been very impressed so far by Green One's micromanagement to actually keep these boys alive. There's so many Wolf Rats, so many Rat Ogres, that if they can jump and beat back the Deepwood Scouts, there's not that much to counter the Ogres, apart from the Lost Silver Knights, who of course can be countered themselves by the magic damage. We have a couple of Glade Riders still swarming around the back. The main fight is certainly going well now for the Wood Elves. The Lost Silver Knights basically being untouched, and that Plague Priest kind of getting assassinated, unfortunately. By Drycha there and Ariel. We are going to see a lovely Pit of Shades come down. This is going to catch so many units. Skaven slaves and double clan rats, but at the end of the day they are just rattos. Clearing out the chaff is useful. You can see that kill count's going quite high now with Drycha up to over 60 kills. Blade Rider's army charging into the back, getting a rear charge on the rat ogres, which is something they can do a bucket ton of damage in if they actually do connect. Rat ogres like charging, they hate being charged. Wolf rats are still alive and dragging their way through Glade Riders, but so are the Deepwood Scouts. We can see a load of returning clan rats are starting to swarm out from the trees, looking to overrun the pointy ears, and the wolf rats are moving in now as well. The wolf rats are a little bit beat up though, so Lost Silver Knights are risking a charge. They've got them bold all of a sudden. We hammer into the rats as well as the ogres. Plague Priest going to come down with a lovely summon to try to keep Drycha and Ariel busy and away from the main fight. Very close scrap so far. Bounce Power is dead even, and I can certainly see why. Lost Silver Knights are being pulled away now to deal with these rallying clan rats to try and force them back before they can hunt down the Deepwood Scouts. So we're currently getting poked and jabbed in the rear, so clan rats doing a decent job there. A load of the rat ogres will now start to swarm in. We do get that Dryad summon coming down. They are in fact the special Dryads of Drycha, and Drycha herself is surrounded by clan rats, but it's just a summon at the moment. Rat ogres are vibing, chilling. They need to get a little bit more mobile once again. They were doing some good work early on and keep maneuvering around the flanks. We've got so many Skaven pouring in from different directions. The Deepwood Scouts are barely keeping themselves online right now as clan rats force path themselves through the Dryads to try to shut these guys down. We also have a load of wolf rats on the prowl. These once again are the magic dealing ones, and they may get finished off here, which is actually quite huge. And there they go, they are indeed broken. But we have more wolf rats coming into the back now to shut these guys down. In the main fight, we can see the Deathmaster Snickich as well as the Assassin have hopped on top of Ariel. That's not going to go well for her whatsoever. She's no longer unbreakable. A fat Pit Shades goes down, but it's not realistically going to do that much damage. It's basically good at killing infantry, not so good up against these single entity monsters and characters. Now Ariel has managed to survive the trophy heads, however. Drycha is now being circle jerked and beat down, unfortunately, by the Rat Ogre, which isn't nice for her whatsoever. As, yeah, it's looking a little bit rough for her. She's over the top of many a dead Skaven, but now is being hunted down by the Plague Priest, looking to get that vengeance. And it seems like the Wood Elves are in a bit of disarray. Wolf Rats have been able to hop on top of the Deepwood Scouts and force them back, but as long as the Lost Silver Knights and Ariel are left on the field, this battle is not over. As the Assassin does peel wide, though, to deal with Drycha. Love that little pick up there. And the Deathmaster Snickich is on the prowl as well. Lots of the Knights are still full health. They cause terror and can cause a bucket ton of problems, because I do not believe the Deathmaster or the Assassin do magic damage. Drycha is very close to dying right now, but this could be a bit of a mistake here coming in from Human Boy. His Assassins are going in for the kill, but they're a little bit isolated, and we have Ariel here with all the Dryads and the Lost Silver Knights also making their move. Now, the Plague Priest does actually do magic damage, so he'll do decent work to the Lost Silver Knights. Unfortunately, we've got a little bit more lag here. I haven't had these two guys play against each other yet, so hopefully it's just something that will kind of die down and won't be a permanent fixture, because this game is too close to call. Skaven seem to be in a pretty dominant position, but honestly, the Lost Silver Knights can basically kill all of this if they get the right charges, and now we are starting to come back here. So the Assassin, as well as the Deathmaster, looks like they've not quite been able to dispatch Drycha just yet. She is barely clinging on to life and getting punched in the face. Up to 115 kills, but seems to be faltering quite badly now. We do see the Deathmaster Sigil going down, as well as Assassin's Trophy, the double Assassin, trying to team up, but Drycha seems to be a rather stubborn lady today, taking a ton of damage there, but just about clinging on to life. Lovely Scorch coming down there on the Lost Silver Knights, and the Skaven are starting to surround, looking pretty good for them right now. If those Lost Silver Knights get isolated alone, they are not unbreakable. They indeed can be broken and finished off. We're going to see an Apotheosis come down on them just to try to heal them up once more, and it seems like both the Assassins will be going after Ariel now. We have a load of Wolf Rats in here. These are the poison ones, unfortunately, so they're not going to be doing a huge amount of damage to Lost Silver Knights. I'd like to see a big commitment from the majority of the Skaven forces. Yes, there is the probability or possibility of a terror out, but if you surround the Lost Silver Knights, you can break them. Yes, yes, no air cheese fused as Pokemon. I'm so happy there was no air cheese as well. Hi boys, good luck, go green. What's up, EC Humour? Hope you're doing good, man. This is going to be a great Gladiator showdown. Oh, it is for sure. It is for sure. It's been good fun. What's up, the Emperor? What's up, my British friends? Very hectic lately, trying to find a car and study for exams at the same time. Planning a vacation, man. You deserve the vacation for sure if you're doing all that in one go. I will return soon for sure. Thank you so much, the Emperor, for the donation, bud. It's always appreciated. Love to have you here, man. And hopefully we get to see you back in the competitive scene soon. I need some more replays from you, bud. So, back to the Human Boy and the Green one. Human Boy getting his first victory today. And I can tell you guys, Human Boy wasn't super confident coming into this best of 7. He thought Green one might do a number on him. But Human Boy coming out to prove he is a beast to be reckoned with, particularly with his Skaven. 640 damage value and 365 from the Assassin duo. Not doing too much work today, but hitting those key targets at the right moments. 1,485 damage value from the Plague Priest is very, very nice, particularly considering we had a load of summon spells as well used, and the Clan Rats were basically born to die, and that's what they did here today. I like this Skaven build quite a bit. The Wolf Rats were definitely a crucial pick here. 1,400 damage value and 326. And on the basic ones, 1,300 damage value and 695. My god, those Wolf Rats put in an absolute shift. Rat Ogres did solid, 800 damage value, 600. Relatively decent stuff. As for the Green one, I love the Pit Shades of Drycha to clear out the chaff. 116 kills, 22k damage dealt, 1,657 damage value. Pretty impressive work, no doubt. Only 500 on REL, unfortunately, mainly brought for the healing today, and we got some pretty big kills across the boards for the Dryads, but no huge damage dealt. Very impressed with how Green 1 kept the Deepwood Scouts online as long as he did, but alas, it was not quite enough. And they actually didn't get to use up a huge amount of their ammunition. 1.3 damage value on the Silver Knights. Definitely could have pushed that up higher, but at the end, they wouldn't have been able to seal the deal on everything. There were just too many enemies nearby. So, Pillar of Bone is next. GG, well played. Pillar of Bone is next map. Yes, so I'm looking through all the guys' chat now. Bread for you, Emperor! Yes, exactly. Bread for the bread gods. Do you like bread? Do you like ducks? If that's a yes, why not like the stream? See, Geese Howard, he's a man of culture, but he's also a man of science. He's pinning it to you guys in a scientific manner. If you don't like those fins, I mean, what are you doing as a human? And if you do like those fins, like the stream, subscribe to the stream, do all that kind of cool stuff. Yeah, man, exams are so painful. I'm very lucky, Emperor, that I don't really have to do it. Well, one, I don't definitely have to do exams now, but through college and uni, I had to do a lot of like performances, live performances, which definitely comes with their own stress, as well as like coursework and stuff, but I always preferred that rather than doing exams. Although dissertations are pretty nasty. I had to write a 20,000 word dissertation for my masters, which, yeah, took a little while. Wasn't super happy about it. That's what you get for taking REL, says Chosen One. Oh, but she's cool, man. She's cool. She's very cool indeed. Quackadoodle-doo. Love the 20 stacks. 20 stacks are really popular at the moment and still very powerful, though the fact cavalry's a bit better will, make them a little less popular, I think. A little less popular. Yeah, the Wolves did really good, man. Steve would be proud, 100%. Pantalonade, hope you're all good, champ. Hope you're all good. Or Fantalonade, as I think you're known as in Logic's Discord. You're doing great. You're here to support the bromate Green One. Man, Green One is an absolute beast, and it looks like he's going to be bringing the Norscans, which is very cool. Banning counts, which is interesting. I don't hate the matchup for Norsca into counts, actually. It's not easy, but it's not like the worst one. I would definitely have probably banned Vampirates because air cheese is so painful to deal with. Dwarfs, you can bomb rush Dwarfs really well, but dealing with air cheese is a real big problem for Norsca. But it looks like we're getting Dark Elves. Dark Elves into Norsca. Okay, this one, I see a load of people counterpick my Norsca with Dark Elves. If you go full throttle, though, full metal builds, which is Norsca's kind of, I don't know, it's their bread and butter, really. I'm trying to think as many duck puns as I can bring in there. So yeah, bread and butter. Norsca, they love being super aggressive, so if you can get to grips with the Dark Elves, force them back, you can certainly do a relatively decent job. But Scourge Chariots, Dark Riders, they can all be a pain, but luckily you have plenty of fast mobile tools. I actually don't hate Armoured Skin Wolves in matchups like this, because you can take a lot of damage and still push forward, particularly with that regeneration. 20,000 words? Yeah, it was for a writing masters, so it needed to be a lot of words. Foot Chieftain or busy? Norsca vs Vampire Counts is similar towards a Chaos versus Vampire Counts? To a point. To a point. Or do we see Mama Double Marathi? I mean, Ice, you're in chat, so if Human Boy doesn't, I'm gonna be writing him a stern letter. A stern letter. So Let me quickly update the scoreboard. Where you at? Where you at? There we go. Human Boy takes this first game 1-0. Now, of course, it's best of 7, so it's first to 4 realistically. And I think between these two players, it's not going to be a simple 4-0 or like 4-1 in either direction. I think it's going to be quite tight and close. What's up, Gojira? How's it going, man? Hope you're all good in the hood. Always love to see Gojira chilling out. Oh, so a big fat stretch as we get prepared. What do you guys think of this matchup in general? Dark Elves v Norsca. Do you like it for Norsca? Do you like it for Dark Elves? It's good to see a player who actually brings Norsca still. I know Catan still brings Norsca pretty damn successfully in tournaments. I quite like bringing Norsca as well still. They give me that, you know, let my inner Viking scream at the PC. I always preach the greatness of Mama and her Manticore pups. Jeremy, the question is, are you speaking about Marathi or Hellebrand there? Because, you know, depends who you ask. Depends who you ask. Norsca needs more lords? 100%. 100%. One, they need a blooming shaman lord of some description, but just more lords in general. I wouldn't be completely adverse to a Skinwolf Werkin kind of legendary lord. Would be pretty damn awesome. Of course, you also need to bring in the Chariot Lord himself, Surfer Ek, at some point. But I'm pretty sure CA released a statement, like, not that long ago, a little while ago, actually, saying that no game in Total Warhammer 1 or Total Warhammer 2 is yet complete. In their eyes, they think they all have stuff that needs add-in. Don't know if that's going to be in DLC, FLC, Regiment Renowns. I have literally no idea. But going into Total Warhammer 3, of course, all the new factions will get priority for quite some time. But then they're going to be going back and add into all these forces, which is really good because not only does it give good longevity to the game, it also gives us new toys to play with and explore. What's going on, Duckaroo? Man, I'm in a good mood, Gojira. In a good mood. Got some awesome games prepared for us today. And it's going to be quite fun. It's going to be quite fun. Good to have you guys in chat chilling as well. So I'm going to be doing some more tournaments next week. Haven't done tournaments in quite some time. We're going to be doing a one-build Battle Royale tournament. We're going to be doing probably a Flash tournament as well. Or maybe even starting Death Before Dishonor Season 10. I am working on a few secret projects as well behind the scenes, which will get revealed probably in like a month or so, hopefully. Which we're going to be doing some big events and stuff. But I'm working on all that at the moment. I love seeing Norsca. Yeah, Norsca are pretty cool. Standard Castle Lord is necessary? Yeah, it's needed. Is that Gojira? It is indeed, man. It is indeed. So, let's get this cracking. Boop. Turbone. Pretty fun map. It's relatively medium size, but you can bomb rush quite quickly. Both forces do have the potential to take small high ground elements, as well as hide in the trees. I like this map a ton, actually. I think I cast a game... that's going to be out tomorrow on here between me and Logic, which was a really fun game. I told Human Boy yes to bring 12 Scourge Runners. I'm pretty sure that's the right play. I'm pretty sure that would do some damage. It would do some damage. Yeah, you can take this high ground on this flank or the high ground here. Fun fact, by the way, if you're ever going for a little Vanguard shenanigans and you're deploying on that far side, there is a tiny bit of this which is outside your opponent's deployment zone, and you can actually hide your forces in these trees, and it works absolute wonders. Now, I've said that, it's probably going to work slightly less for me in tournaments, but, you know, it's something to bear in mind. Maybe bring it on quick battles and stuff. I'm going to be playing in a grand final tomorrow, which is pretty cool. Got to the grand final of Battlemania. So, I don't know who my opponent is yet, but I'll probably be streaming that as well. So anyway, let's hop in here and have a little look at Human Boys. Must be feeling good right now. The crown is heavy, though. So he is in the lead right now. And, Ice Power Rejoice. Rejoice, Ice Power, just for you. I'm going to get a nice little close-up. Here we... Oh, God. So close, she's gone invisible. There... Oh, God. No, there we go. That's the closest you're going to get. You're going to kind of get a top-down view there. So we've got Marathi coming in with Soul Steel, of course, as well as her wand and all her debuffs. And she's rolling dirty with who we call Ice and Power, the double Feral Manticore. It is an old-school classic at this point. In the main battle line, we have Dread Spears, dreaded and pretty grim and ugly, I would say, but they're forming a nice shield wall in a beautiful fashion in the front there. We have some Black Ark Corsairs guarding the flanks and a load of Dark Shards in the centre. Huge amounts of cavalry, Cold Knights, 2 units of them, and a load of Dark Riders, so nice mobility potential as well. It's quite a nice mix for it. We've got the big single entity kind of goon squad and hitters, some heavy cav, some light cav, some range, some infantry, a little bit of everything for everyone. As for the forces here of the mighty green one, we do have a load of skirmish cavalry coming in the form of marauder horsemen dotted all the way throughout the front. Relatively cheap skirmish cav. We have some Norscan warhounds waiting on the right-hand flank as well, hidden in the trees. And then a load of marauders in the front. These guys are boozed up, ready for carnage and blood, ready to scream those famous words, shield wall, and move in to engage the enemy in hand-to-hand combat. A couple of more berserkers who no doubt will be chucking themselves over that shield wall and straight at the enemy. We do have some skin wolves. It looks like 2 units, one on either flank, as well as double Norscan ice trolls. I never see ice trolls work, or I see some trolls work in general, but only really stone trolls, so I'm pretty excited to see how the Norscan ice trolls perform today. We have a Shaman Sorcerer of Death with Spirit Leech, and then a Shaman Sorcerer of Fire with Fireball and Burn in Head. We have Wulfric the Wanderer on his mighty steed, which is always pretty badass to see him. His steed's eyes are on fire, which certainly won't help your vision, but does look pretty cool. Coming in with Hunter Champions and Seafang. Now, I did actually play Green One's Norscans recently in a Norscan mirror match, which was an absolute blast. He certainly knows what he's doing. What's up, Rusty? How's it going, man? Hope you're all good today. Can you link his channel? I will link all of these guys' channels where possible. If you're talking about the guys playing, I'll do that at some point in between. So Green One has a Twitch channel and Human Boy has a YouTube channel, both very good content creators there. So the Dread Spears will be moving forward. Marauders, of course, will be able to decapitate them relatively effectively, you would assume, particularly when that rage kicks in and the blood fury becomes upon them. But the Double Throw Manticore in the side may lessen their fury a little bit and make them slightly more cautious. Horsemen are trying to get around the flanks, but there's a lot of Dark Riders right here and Cold One Knights to push back the enemy skirmish. Pretty interested to see how the Skin Wolves fare up against the Cold One Knights. Pretty sure Cold One Knights would win that in a sustained combat, but the Skin Wolves, of course, can fall back, regenerate, and come back to fight and win another day. Norscans are actually moving their force a lot to the left and ignoring this side of the battlefield, which is a pretty cool play, actually. Pulling back with his Marauders and moving forward instead with the Berserkers to overrun the enemy and grind his way through that battle formation. Horsemen are trying to get around the flanks by being countercharged by Dark Riders, and there doesn't seem any way in right now for the Norscans to get on these Dark Shards apart from punching through. But remember, we do have the Norscan Warhounds in the back, and a lovely Seafang actually catches the Dark Shards, eviscerating a unit and breaking them. Ice Trolls simply waiting in the back, but now is their time, now is the hour. They're going to be moving forward, probably to try to intercept the double Manticore Marathi Goon Squad on any target they try to hit. Oh no, a massive bunch up of troops and a big, juicy Burning Head comes down the line, roasting Dread Spears, Blackheart Corsairs, but also killing a bucket ton of Marauders. Friend and foe is getting wasted right here. That Burning Head caused absolute carnage along the battle line. It seems like it's actually paid off relatively well for the Dark Elves, as Marathi and the Double Manticore bomb rushes the Norscan Ice Trolls and forces them off the battlefield. We do have more Skin Wolves here though, and a load of skirmish cavalry. In the main fight, you can see Marauders are actually struggling up against Dread Spears due to that range and magical support. Warhounds have now indeed shattered this unit of Dark Shards, tried to hop on the other one, but there are some Dark Riders forcing them wide. More Skin Wolves can move up to engage as well. A couple of horsemen are a little bit beaten and bloodied right now. They need to come back into the battlefield where possible. We do see a lovely Hunter Champions go down on Marathi, but Wulfric needs to be careful. Marathi can heal, Wulfric cannot. Although there's a lot of trolls here and a load of javelins being Kobe'd by the Marauder Horsemen. Skin Wolves have rotated back and away from the main fight. Probably want to slam home here into the Pharaoh Manticore if possible. Norscan Warhounds are getting their fangs sunk into the Cold One Knights' necks, but Cold Ones, they're scaly skins, they used to be dinos, they know what's up, and they easily managed to overwhelm the Warhounds, even though some Skin Wolves were moving in to try to support where possible. Lovely Soul Stealer is going to come down by Marathi, catching a bucket ton of units. Both Manticores looking a little bit worse for wear now, as are the Cold One Knights. We still have these tuners of Horsemen just free-throwing right now. They have absolutely no one pressuring them. I'd like to see the Dark Shards actually aim at them to try to drag them down, because one Manticore has indeed broken, and the other one is looking a little bit weak as well. Still, I think things are going relatively well for... Actually, it's kind of hard to tell. The main fight, if you kind of zoom in, looks like Dark Elves are doing really good. In the distance, we have a ton of horsemen who can come back. Skin Wolves are rather healthy, and these trolls will regenerate as well. So I think it's a pretty close game still, despite the balance of power actually heavily favouring Norsca right now, which is quite interesting. As Marathi seems to be full health, Wulfric has taken a decent amount of damage. We're going to see yet another Burning Head come down the line, this time on some Cold One Knights and Dread Spears. It does unfortunately mean the shattering of some Marauders, but there's some lovely damage there, trying to force out the enemy as a boat crisscrosses in a different direction, taking down a load of chaff. Oh, beautiful boat there by Wulfric. He knows what's up. breaking the hearts of the Dark Elf people, and that may actually turn this game completely on its head and make it very, very Norscan favoured, as one Ferromanticore has been dealt with. Wulfric has easily outmatched the 3 single entities today. The glorious Norscan Ice Trolls have returned, looking to try to intercept the Dark Riders where possible, who are currently trying to hop on top of the Horsemen. Really good target priority coming in by Human Boy, yes, yes. Ice Trolls and Skinwolves, though, they're pretty beat up, but they will be able to overrun the Dark Riders. However, a lovely Soul Seal is going to come in, catching a lot of these units, and some Horsemen as well drive themselves into it, though it looks like they actually didn't connect, which is good for them. Both Dark Riders do get forced off at the moment. Not that much infantry left. There is still 11 Skinwolves, who of course shall be regenerating down here. And a lovely 100 champions once again. Must admit, Green One's 100 champions have been on point today, catching out Morathi, slowing her down, and now she's taking an absolute clobbering from the Ice Trolls, and all the Horsemen are launching those javelins in at her. I think this is probably going to be game. Spirit Leech also catching Morathi. We know she's used her Soul Sealer recently. The rest of the Dark Elf people are starting to break, and Green One's completely forgotten these 2 Horsemen he has lurking in the trees. They need to rotate back around and get involved in the fight, though I'm not convinced the Norscans actually need to use them right now. They're in a very dominant position. Manticore's going to try to dive in to save Morathi, but down she goes. Wulfric, he knows how to win a duel. I know Morathi has a load of debuffs. Wulfric is the duelist, however. GG, well played to Green One, fantastic game. Well played to Human Boy as well. He put up a fantastic fight. Morathi getting her favourite number there, 69 kills. Decent amount of damage value, 1,335, 10k damage dealt. Very impressive work there from her, but alas, it was not enough. And Green One, he got hit in the face, he bounced back onto the ropes and came in with a haymaker, hitting Human Boy back. It is 1-0. A scrap is well and truly on our hands right now. Dread Spears across the board didn't do too much, unfortunately. Black Hawk Corsairs, 500 damage value, 796. Pretty good work on their part. The Dark Shards as well, unfortunately, were shut down relatively early on. 545 damage value is not bad. 200 isn't great. Dark Riders kind of got swarmed, beaten down by the more elite Skinwolves and Ice Trolls. Coa Knights, 642 damage value, 700. Manticores, 430 and 655 damage apiece. For the Legendary Warrior, the Green One, 2,270 damage value on Wulfric, 98 kills. Love seeing people bring him on his horse, not just his mammoth, although Foot Wulfric would, I think, would have been a little bit more classy, but still did very good work. His combination of burning heads as well as boats did some massive damage and didn't just throw Wulfric into the midst of the enemy and let him die like I see a lot of people do, because he's a good duelist, choosing his fights, and it certainly paid off there. I like the double caster as well. 1,000 damage value on the fire one, only 200 on the Spirit Leech, but hey, it did help finish off Morathi at the later stages of the game. Marauders did okay, likewise with the Berserkers, but nothing too amazing to be honest. As for the Horsemen, 685, 400, 117 and 97 damage value. These two units though, not really getting involved in the main fight. Skinwolves, used to be dubbed Windwolves, are very powerful still, 780 and 1,183 damage value. Unfortunately, the Ice Trolls did nothing. This unit did nothing at least, which is what I'm normally used to seeing, but this unit, 1,000 damage value, making me eat my words there. The Ice Trolls putting on a bit of a performance. Very well played. So up next, we will be moving on to River Amaxon. GG, well played. And luckily no lag in that one whatsoever, so it seems like it has stabilized, which is good. Awesome game. River Amaxon is up next. Morathi, 69 kills. Nice, exactly. Is balance high? Yeah, the balance pad was a little bit high, but it is what it is. Thank you so much, Geese, for linking you. That's Human Boy's channel. Green One also has a Twitch channel as well. I only demand Mummer and Manti. I left the rest up to him. I mean, that's understandable. That's understandable. Yeah, Morathi was probably pretty happy at the end to be surrounded, but, you know, unfortunately for her, she got clubbed to death, which probably wasn't on her to-do list today. What's up, Sand Pirate? How's it going, buddy? I hope you're a good man. Glad you can catch a live stream. I see all your comments under my videos. So Human Boy is going to be going at Vampire Counts, abandoning Dark Elves and High Elves. Two pretty decent bands there, I think. You don't really want to fight High Elves at any cost. Dark Elves is playable. I've seen Vampire Count players beat some of the best Dark Elf players in that matchup, but it is pretty rough at the same time. It's pretty rough at the same time. So it's going to be an interesting one to see what the green one does decide to pick here. River Maxon's a fun map. There's a load of open plain, but also a bucket ton of trees, particularly on the flanks of the battlefield, but also, as you can see in this main fight, on the kind of like the left-hand side of the center of the battlefield, and some high ground on the right, which I really like when we get to see kind of different elements of high ground and so forth in the middle of the battlefield, which players can play around with quite a bit. It's why I think, hopefully going into Warhammer 3, we get a bit more variety of maps in competitive play, due to the fact that we're probably going to do some tournaments like this, and some tournaments with objectives and all that sort of cool stuff. Green one will be bringing out Bretonians. He's a very talented Bretonian player, and I shall update the scoreboard, because I have completely forgotten to do that myself. So, oh, that's the wrong one. Bam, bam, and it is level at 1-1. And we are back. Cool. Doing alright, glad to catch a stream. No worries, man. Glad you're here, bud. Glad you're here, dude. How you been enjoying the videos recently? I have got tomorrow's video already prepared, and maybe the next day's as well. Can't think off the top of my head. I need to try and get my Saturday and Sunday video done in advance, because I unfortunately have to go to my mundane job. Bretonnia pick is interesting. Yeah, I see a lot of people put Bretonnia into vampire counts. It's not by any means like a super one-sided matchup or anything, but I think it is 100% doable. If you're the vampire count, you need to get aggressive with your White Kings and use them to use their ability to, or the magical item to finish off the Peasant Bowman. It will do so much damage to them. Gorse and Faye stand in the middle of a field slapping each other to see who wins. That could be a possibility. It could definitely be a possibility. Hopefully not, but you never know. You never know. I mean, it's almost certainly going to be Faye from the Bretonians. I'd actually love to see a Wild King Leon Lewin Kerr pick here, or Alberic. That'd be super Chad. For Human Boy, I think he's got a bit more options, though. I feel like Bretonians do tend to go towards Faye to try to counter Mortis, the Mortis engine itself. Whereas Human Boy, there's a good chance he'll bring a dragon up in the sky. But, again, he has the possibility, as you said, to go Gorse. We may even see Vlad. He suffers from being a foot character, so he can't really catch the double Paladin and Faye super effectively. But if he does, he can certainly dispatch them relatively well. So it's a possibility. I'm hoping for Vlad the Chad, but I don't know if it's actually going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen. But yeah, if you guys are enjoying the stream, make sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe, all that good standard YouTubey stuff, which I do have to say now and again. Lizards could have been a pick. But what do I know? Lizards could be a good pick. I don't know if I've seen Green One play Lizardmen, so he may not be super accustomed with their faction. And it's not an easy matchup for Lizardmen anymore. It used to be back in the day. I still think it's slightly dino favoured, but good Vampire Camp players know how to outbox pretty much any faction, apart from High Elves. High Elves is really horrible still. So they can do a good number over on Lizardmen. But Lizardmen Kite is got a bucket ton of potential. I've won some pretty dirty games of Lizardmen. It always feels bad kiting the opponent as much as you have to with Lizards against counts, if you go for that style of play. Whose Mortis is stronger? Set them right in front of each other and take a long bathroom break. No, you'd have to comment on all the nuances of Mortis Engine a foe who is trying to Mortis Engine you. It's an art form, I tell you, an art form. I'm going to save my drink here. That's the good stuff. And we can get ready for the carnage. We can get ready for the carnage. I'm assuming you guys saw the news about Total Warhammer 3 in the recent cafe stuff they dropped. It looks like there was, I feel like probably deliberately left in as an Easter egg by CA to see if people could pick up on it, that Ogre Kingdom's lands are 100% a fin in the game, so it basically means that that hidden faction is going to be Ogre Kingdoms, which is pretty cool. So I think it is going to be the 4 Demon Realms, we've got Cathay, Kislev, and Ogre Kingdoms, and that leaves so much possibility for DLC factions in the form of Hobgoblins, Khans, Chaos Dwarfs. There's so much goodness left to come. I'm very excited for the entire life cycle of Warhammer 3. Now, I missed the start of Warhammer 2, like, cycle, and Warhammer 1, of course. I came in, like, halfway to 3/4 of the way through. No, about halfway, I think, into Total Warhammer 2. So I never got to experience, you know, when everyone's brand new to a game, no one understands any of the factions. And that's what I'm looking forward to the most, is the creativity people are going to come up with, as it's going to shake the meta to a completely different stage, particularly at the beginning, when we only have those first few factions, the 6 factions. Although I do think they said this time they're going to try to integrate all the factions much swifter than they did into Warhammer 2. And of course they've done that now once, so they'll be a lot better at doing it the second time. Go human boy go, screams a real human being, who's 100% a real human being. A painful art form. Oh, I could go on like a monologue now about how all art is pain, which is actually rubbish, by the way. I always hate those comments where they're like, oh, yeah, you have to like be in pain to make good art or something, or you have to go through a load of crap to make good art. I'm like, it can make good art, it is true, but it is absolute rubbish that someone who is happy and well paid cannot also make good art. Warhammer 1 multiplayer was such a terrible mess. It's probably good I missed it then. It's probably good I did miss that. Do you think supply lines will still be a thing in Warhammer 3 campaign, and what is your take on it? I don't really play that much campaign, Ricardo. I'm actually contemplating starting a campaign series here, though. Maybe on Twitch. I do have a Twitch account now, by the way. Just saying, guys. Link down below. Maybe doing a campaign on Twitch or something, just to get back into campaigns a bit in preparation for Warhammer 3. Supply lines are something that I think's fine. I don't really hate them or love them that much. I used to love on Rome 1. On the Rome 1 map, getting all your little boats to connect to different ports and stuff was always fun. So I love the fact, you know, ports can trade to other cities with ports and so forth. If you talk about supply lines, like, if your army's, like, behind enemy lines and crumbling and all that kind of stuff, I didn't really mind, honestly, the majority of the campaign mechanics. I think they've certainly mastered them kind of over the years, but I really do feel they've got better and better. My main thing with the campaigns is I want them to be thematic, I want them to be story-driven, and I don't just want it to be, hey, I'm going to paint the entire map my colour. I think you should be able to do that still, and it should be a viable tactic, but I also think it should be more thematic and story-driven, as we've seen from a lot of the more recent DLCs. It makes each faction stand out a lot more than, like, the base factions in Total Warhammer 2. Also, hi chat, hi Ducky, I've not been around for a bit. Miss me? I miss you so much, real human being. I cried for 6 months on livestream the entire time on my second hidden channel, which no one can see, just waiting for your return. Sorry, so I need to go back to the battle. So, for the Vampire Count and Human Boy, he's trying to reel from his latest defeat there, up against the green one. We do have a load of zombies slotted through the front line. In the secondary formation, we have Skeleton Spearmen mixed in with Triple Grave Guard, including the Sternsmen, of course. Double White King coming in, of course, as always. I don't think I've ever seen them without this, at least in the last, like, I don't know, 100 Vampire Count games or something. Coming in with Scab Scrape there, which is a really nice magical tear effect, as well as a Corpse Carve Unholy Lodestone. So a nice little ground force. We do have an air core as well, though, in the form of double Fellbats. We have one unit of Vargeist, a very powerful, underrated unit, as well as a Strugoi Vampire Lord. Oh, hell yeah. Look at this guy go. Riding on his Terrorgeist, an absolute chad. Coming with the Ghoul King, we also have the Claws. We have Opal Amulet, Command of the Unliving, Gaze in the Gash, as well as Invocation. Okay, a decent competitive pick, but not someone I see like a load. I normally see the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord, so it's cool to see him in action. We also have the Feasters of the Dusk, Regiment around Crypt Ghouls, who can Vanguard. Oh no! No! What's this? Okay, I'm in the game. I just had, like, my game locked me out, and it said Unreal Engine has broken or something. I don't know what that is. I'm going to check that out after this battle. Let's pray my PC doesn't explode. So, for the Force of Green one, we have a load of peasant mobs dotted all the way through the front line. We have peasant bowmen with pox arrows and fire arrows in the secondary force, a load of spearmen arms in the third battle line, and then Knights of the Realm, Grail Knights, we have more Grail Knights, and then over hidden in the trees, it looks like we are going to have a fight between Knights of the Realm and the Feasters of the Dusk. So that hidden Vanguard, unfortunately, has not worked. Leading the battle line, we do have a double Paladin, as well as the Fey Enchantress here. Of course, they're going to be giving her Guardian, and she's going to be coming in with the standard picks of Earthblood, I believe, and Dwellers Below. Going to be good stuff. Going to be good stuff. Yeah, I have no idea what happened. I just had a big black box appear on my PC screen. I've just put it to the side for now, and I guess I'll go deal with that. I don't know what games are run off Unreal Engine on my PC, or if this game is. If this game is, it seems to be running still. Hopefully the stream is still up. I don't know if it was anything to do with the stream. Good luck, have fun, says the lads. Always good to see. Both these guys are really nice people, by the way. If you meet them on quick battles, always feel free to say what's up. Always feel free. I'm going to refresh my chat on my phone to make sure that I am still alive. Make sure I'm still here. Yeah, it looks like we are. Cool. Cool. So both forces shall be advancing towards each other rather slowly, particularly for the vampire counts. The zombies are just slowly, bumberously and slumberously kind of crawling their way to battle. They're not in a rush. They know what's going to happen as soon as they get there. They're going to get their faces smashed in, and even if you're dead, you don't really like getting your face smashed in, because in the afterlife, you want to be remembered as a good-looking fellow, not as a horrible-looking fellow. The Fey Enchantress is going to dive in, just getting some free damage on the zombies, nothing wrong with that. Yes, it's not going to be much damage value, but someone's got to do the job. Graveguard looking to countercharge with their great weapons. We actually have Fellbats swooping in. They might be able to pin in some of these units and do some decent damage, although we do have the Ground Knights, Lancers lowered, slamming into the zombies as well as the Graveguard. This is on the Cav beta, by the way, of course, as majority of our games are now at the moment, so the Cav should hit that little bit harder. A lot of our guys, as well as the Vampire Lord, are going to start moving out to the forest to try to encircle and ensnare these units. The Knights of the Realm are moving out into distance and into the trees. Big fat breath attack comes down, hitting the Paladins. Now, Paladins are actually very squishy. You need to heal them up where possible. And is that going to be a... Oh, no, it's the Gaze and the Gash. Oh, my God! An absolute beam coming down and smacking that Paladin. Breath attack flowed up there by the glorious Gaze, and that is a dead Paladin, pretty much. This is such a messy fight. We do have the Chalice of Potions coming down, doing good work to the Spearman and to the Graveguard. We've also got a rear attack coming from the Knights of the Realm. We need to see support over here from the Undead, and they are trying to make it, but they are, of course, super slow. And this is where all the action is right now. No one cares about anything else. Fey Enchantress loves being in a blob. This is her dream, surrounded by her enemies, as she takes their souls. This Paladin is actually going to be able to escape relatively scot-free. It's become an absolute flustercluck of madness. And the Knights probably are my favourite here. We're, of course, fighting in the trees, so a lot of the large creatures will be suffering penalties, as will a lot of the cavalry. We still have Spearmen in here, we have Graveguard in here, we have the glorious red mohawks of the enemy. This is what Warhammer's all about. Blood, glory, vengeance, heroics, and, more importantly, death. We do have the Dwellers Below coming down. It's going to hit the Sternsman as well as the Skeleton Spearman. A lovely little cast there. Cavalry is going to be absolutely free to abuse this front line now that the fact that the Vargeist and the Vampire Lord have died down to this fight in the forest. Both Paladins are running for their lives. It looks like the Fae has been assassinated right now, and she needs to be shattered though, because she can come back and heal herself up, and down the Fae goes. She's been taken care of. The Paladins also going to be a lot weaker now because they don't have that healing. The Knights instantly, bam, straight in, smack into that Strigoi Vampire Lord, trying to avenge the lady. And despite the fact they've lost their Lord, the Bretonnians, Ban's power is dead even. The majority of the Vampire Count Infantry Corps is really going to struggle, unless the Graveguard can luckily get to grips with the Ground Knights, but it needs to keep pushing at all costs. Shut down those Peasant Bowmen, or it could be a nice comeback for the Bretonnians. Fellbats are swooping around the Paladin, looking to chase it away from the battlefield and surround him, and hopefully just get him away, We don't want him back anywhere near us. White Kings are moving through the forest, going after that last Paladin. So is the Vampire Lord. There's a lot of Ground Knights nearby, so it's a little bit risky. I think coming back and fighting with the main army is certainly going to be the way to go. Skeleton Spearmen are starting to push into the back line. Luckily, there are some Spearmen at arms here, and beautiful micro by the green one, bouncing his cavalry around, coming through his own ranks and in the rear, slamming him into the Skeleton Spearmen, looking to overwhelm them where possible. Peasant Archers are still online, raining in shots. But there is a lot of pressure coming in right now, and with all his heroes and lords at basically full health, and I think there's just one Paladin left for the Bretonnians, it could be tough to take down that hero core. Vampire Lord is trying to find a home right now. He doesn't really know where to go. Looks like he's actually going to come after these Ground Knights down here with the support of the White Kings and try to drive them away where possible. Peasant Archers continue to lance arrows up into the sky and drop them back down on the enemy. Graveguard, or the Sternsmen I should say, are trying their hardest right now to deal with these Ground Knights who are struggling to get out of the fight. Although that one Knight, look at him go, just ramrods himself into the middle of his enemies, and he's probably going to pay for it with his life. We have some peasant mobs trying to rush in to save him, and a load more Knights. Unfortunately, he doth fall. All those Knights, oh my god, that's going to be so much damage into the Sternsmen right now, and they're really starting to struggle. This is a very close game despite those early assassination attempts, but the Fellbats have returned, and this could be massive. They're going to come in, they're going to shut down the Peasant Bowmen, although it looks like Green One contemplated bringing his Ground Knights over here, but he might have to bring them over into this main fight as well, with Ground Knights currently fighting the double White King. Strigoi Vampire Lord does pop the Ghoul King on him, as well as the Claws, trying to get out of danger and heal up, though he's getting very, very close to his healing cap, which could cause quite a few problems in the later stages of the game for the Vampire Counts. Peasant Bowmen continue to rain shots in. The Graveguard are very healthy, although the Skeleton Spearmen and Zombies looking a little bit more worse for wear. Corpse Guard doing a decent job over on this flank, and the men of Bretonnia are definitely going to start faltering over there. As for the Grail Knights and the Knights of the Realm, they're starting to get a bit beat up. Unfortunately, they have no healing potential. Now that the Fae has been dealt with, they're all moving as one big swinging wrecking ball. And the Peasant Bowmen, one unit is broken and the other is shattered, but there is still one more unit fighting over here. They are crucial to the later stages of this game, as the Knights once again load those lances. The Skeleton Spearmen are not braced, and they get sent absolutely flying. A thunderous, slightly downhill charge there by the Knights of the Realm, overwhelming their enemies. The White King is going to push in. Spin Arms do a rout and start to run and leg it. Don't blame them whatsoever. Peasant Bowmen as well do take... Oh, that's nasty. That wasn't the best cast on them, but it did enough to break them. And I think Bretonnia may well be done for here. A lot of their infantry is just running. I don't know if we have any Fellbats left. We do have the Vampire Lord. He's probably just going to chase off the archers where possible. And you can see Green One desperately making his knights bounce around the battlefield, trying to save troops where is possible. Stand and fight, you peasants, or we will kill you ourselves. Vampire Lord maybe contemplating a cheeky charge here, but there's a lot of knights left available. At this point, due to the fact there's no Dwellers below anymore, there's no Chalice of Potions, no Fey Drain, bunch up the Vampire Count forces is probably the way to do this, because the Knights won't be able to force their way all the way through the entire kind of blob of them. They'll get stuck, they'll get dragged down, and it'll be the way to go. We are going to see a breath attack coming in most likely by the Vampire Lord here. He seems to be lining up a shot, or maybe there's a gaze. Bam, it is a missile straight into the Paladin, doing some decent damage, nearly enough to break the Paladin. In fact, the Paladin in front of his men just about manages to recover his Zekor. I can't look too bad here. We do have some more breath attacks to come, however. Opal Amulet currently popped on the Vampire Lord. Ground Knights just going to continue to cycle charge where possible. The White Kings are very healthy, however. We do have some Spinner Arms trying to bunch in and just drag down at the enemy infantry and chaff where possible. One White King got a little bit overeager and has pushed forward, but it may serve him well as he's trying to pin in some cavalry. He just needs to swing that sword and start dragging down some knights, but he is isolated and alone at the moment. Paladin is getting very, very low. Can the Bretonians bring back an unlikely comeback? Bounce Power doesn't think so, but I don't know. He's got such good micro with his cavalry. Maybe it's possible, but a load of the peasants are getting dealt with by the White Kings. And the fact both White Kings are really healthy in the late game is very problematic. And you can see the Paladin did try his best. He's gone in there with some of his men to try to dispatch this king, send him back to the foul depths from whence he came. But instead, he gets sent back to Bretonnia to deliver the news that the Fey Enchantress is dead. Likewise is the hope of victory as the Grail Knights slowly get ground down and dealt with. In the distance, Vampire Lord is full health, though at his healing cap. Did force off some of those peasant archers. Good diligent play there. Coming in by Human Boy, yes, yes. And now he's on the warpath to return to the battlefield. We still have 61 Graveguard here, which is very scary stuff. The Skeletons are actually all getting really beat up, though. Sternsmen still have 64 models, and they're regenerating very, very quickly. Of course, they got the Corpse Cart nearby for support, and the Knights of Realm are starting to waver, unfortunately. A lot of them are even shattering at this point. We still have more Grail Knights dotted all the way around. One unit of Peasant Bowmen. It looks like the Paladin actually did recover. He is hiding, unfortunately, in the trees right now. I'm expecting a breath attack to come down on top of these Peasant Bowmen, and that's just what we get. A lovely little shot there, a Death Shriek. And it seems like the peasants are going to break from that, stop in at their support and attempt to drag down the Corpse Cart. I love this fight from Green One, though. He's continuing to scrap and claw his way back into this game. At least he hopes so. But every time the Knights charge in, you can see more and more horses do join the pit of the dead, where the great Corpse Ripper shall devour their souls. Grail Knights shatter. They were going to go for one last heroic charge, but Human Boy, he took the punch and he delivers one straight back. It is 2-1. Man, I want Green One to win the next game so much. It goes what, like 1-0, 1-0, 2-1, 2-0, 3-2. It'd be so good if we go all the way. Brilliant play by both these guys. The Fey Enchantress, despite dying so early on in the battle, still got 2,253 damage value and 100 kills. Over 23k damage dealt. Absolutely absurd work from the Fey, considering she died in the first quarter of the battle. Oh, if she had survived that, it would have been game over. The Paladins just got hammered. I like Paladins less and less. I do like them with the Fey. I think they are a necessity, but they really are quite squishy. Only a pitiful 3 damage value and 367. Peasants across the board did not form too good. I mean, these two units, 100 damage value and 124 is good. Good news for a peasant there, be going back to their hovels and saying that they were the ones to single-handedly drag down the enemy lord, I'm sure. The rest of the peasants didn't fare too well. Archers, 870 damage value, 200 and 200, so 1 unit performing, the other 2 failing. Beautiful play with the cavalry. Ground Knights, 1.4k damage value. We have 1.5k damage value, 700, 400, and 617. Ground Knights far outdoing the Knights of the Realm. Big kills across the board as well for all of them, making the lady proud. I just learned, for some reason I thought Faye Enchantress was the Lady of the Lake, but she's not actually the Lady of the Lake. She's a, like, embodiment and, like, ambassador, I believe, or emissary for the Lady of the Lake, I'm pretty sure. So a little bit of lore I did learn. So Human Boy, yes, yes. The Vampire Lord got 2,904 damage value. Got good use out of him as well, getting him all the way up to his healing cap. 500 damage value and 640 from the White Kings. Zombies across the board did, you know, okay, nothing too crazy. Skeleton Spearman did a okay job. Unfortunately, the Feast of the Dusk, that gambit did not pay off. Grave God did a good job. 740 damage value, 800 damage value, 750, and 600 on the Vargeist. But it really came down to assassinating the Fae and allowing the White Kings, and particularly the Vampire Lord, to slowly grind out the enemy. GG, that was mad. Faye got 2.3k value in her 15 seconds of life. Yeah, she did so much. She got stuck between zombies, and that was very sad. It's true. It can happen, unfortunately. Up next, we do have the Tower of Hoeth. Right. Where are ya? There you go. Boom. Tower of Hoeth is up next. I tried to pin with bats and summoned Crypt Horrors. Yeah. Faye got some insane work done in her short life. I was like, she dies here. There's no way she escapes. What up, what up, what up? Sniper, no sniping. It looks perfectly fine. It's good you guys can see everything. I don't know what that was. I need to go double check that out. Damn, it's really a dumb spell. What was that one, Chosen One? Which spell? Well, the Gaze and the Gash. It does so much damage. Had to overcast the Gaze because he popped the ward save beforehand. Yeah, so you can pop it so he might not take as much damage, I guess. The Strong Guy was having a great time. The Enchantress is like the Pope, Volkmar's equivalent, basically. Her hat isn't big enough. That is true. Or her moustache. Yeah, she's like... I don't know what the Lady of the Lake is fully. I mean, if she's a god, she's not the most powerful god because she has to stay in a lake. So she's a bit tethered there. Green one! The Chad! Going Lizardmen. Going Lizardmen. So let's update the scoreboard quickly. Let's update the scoreboard. Green one is now 2-1 up. Oh no, Human Boy is 2-1 up, sorry. Right, let's see what that message was. An Unreal process has crashed. Epic Games launch. I don't know what that is. Okay, so my PC's crashed. It's not affecting us. I don't think I have Epic Game Launcher. Let me double check. Do I have an Epic Games thing on my PC? I did have Troy, so I guess I must have Epic Game Store. I thought I deleted it all. Oh no, I do have Epic Game Launcher. Oh, that's fine. If that's crashed, I don't care. I don't use it. So I don't know what that is, but I'll deal with that afterwards. I shall deal with that afterwards. Let's make sure we got no questions on Discord from either of the guys. Looks like we're all good, and we're back. We're back. Human Boy is going to be bringing up the Dowie. Give me your best character. Well, go any Dowie shout, actually. Go for any Dowie shout. If you want the Dwarfs to win, or if you want the Dinos to win. Owie, owie, I go Dowie. Ban Coast and Empire. Two good bans there. Empire's... actually, I kind of disagree with the Empire ban from Green 1. I used to think it was relatively even, then I thought it was slightly Empire favoured, and now I think it's very heavily Lizardmen favoured. If you use Stegodons. Stegodons are so good up against Empire. They kill a lot of their cavalry. They're fantastic against Volkmar. So... I don't know. I actually quite like Lizardmen in this matchup in the current meta. But we'll have to see. I mean, it is, you know, it's what you're more comfortable playing against. Dwarfs aren't terrible for Lizardmen to face either, but you do need to bring some Pterodon riders. You have to do it. At least 3 in my opinion, because if your opponent goes mass gyrocopters and you do not have a load of Pterodons or a Tempest or something from a Slann, then you can be in a very, very sticky situation quite quickly. Rune Rookie! Is she an elf goddess? Because as far as I know, she only blesses, like, men, so I don't know. I mean, it could have really worked out for him when he took the fight in the woods with the Fae, because she was getting so much value from that area. Like, so much value. We saw that she was alive, again, for, like, you know, not long at all, and she got like over 2,000 damage value. Imagine if she had survived there, Paladins had done their job and absorbed the damage for her. Even if she had died like just a little while later, it could have been almost impossible for the vampire counts to recover from. Oh look, the legitimate king didn't bake in the oven for a full 10 seconds, so I guess the elves need to spend the next 10,000 years destroying themselves? Wait, what? Oh, the Malekith, yeah. Get a like in, please. Geese has eyes nicely. He won't ask nicely again. He gets very aggressive after a while and starts pecking at people's eyes. He is a goose after all. Cool. It does look like I dropped a video today, and for some reason, YouTube was like refusing to push it, but it does seem like it's starting to pick up now, which is good. If you click like twice, it gives 2 likes. I don't know if that is actually a fact. The penalty from forest combat is pretty hefty, true, but it also affects a lot of the flies and big targets for the vampire counts. I mean, yeah, in hindsight, it did turn out to be a bad fight, but you know, I understand why he took it at that moment. But maybe he also wanted to, you know, get down and aggressive. Get super aggressive as quickly as possible. Let's have a little sip of our drink. That'd be the good stuff. The gooda. What do you guys think of the Dwarf versus Lizardmen matchup? I'm actually going to ask this as a poll. There we go. Who does this matchup favor? The Dino Boys or the Dowie? Malekith is a nice elf. I don't know if I agree with his whole redemption arc. I don't know if I agree with the redemption arc they did for him. I haven't looked like too much into the end time stuff. I don't want to. I'm trying to keep away. I'm sure there's some good stuff in there as well. I think they have retconning. Oh, they have like retconning it all in Age of Sigmar. I don't know too much about Age of Sigmar lore. I know it's a lot more heavily based on like Norse mythology with the different realms and so forth, or like more of a modern take on Norse mythology actually, rather than like Norse mythology itself. Is what I think they're going for a little bit. I know there's someone at Games Workshop trying to explain it to me once. I walked into a store and was like, hey, I want to buy some Eldar stuff, and they were like, oh, can we introduce you to that? They had a really weird take on Total War, actually. It was kind of funny. He was basically just chatting a load of rubbish. Trying to sell me stuff, basically. But that's their job, eh? That's their job. Yeah, it just makes no sense, Sampirate. Like, I'm all about redemption arcs and stuff. I think they can be done really well in shows. They can be some of the most compelling stuff in video games as well. But Malekith's one, I don't know if he could really... I feel like the whole point of him was that he had gone too far to be redeemed. I don't think there's any way he could redeem himself. And if he was going to be redeemed, it shouldn't have been, oh yeah, you were actually the true rightful heir the whole time, and we are the ones who messed up. It should be him deciding, you know, okay, we're all going to die to the demons unless I choose to help my kin, and leads the Dark Elves to go help the High Elves, or something. I don't know. There's those, like, 1,000,001 different scenarios, I think, which probably could have been done slightly better. They got the goods, but Dinosaur roster just so deep, you can't guess what they're going to bring. That's true. Also, what's up, Mr. Zensky? AKA one of the funniest animators, actually, for Warhammer content, particularly Total War Warhammer content. There's a load of cool, funny videos. There is a lack of ducks in your videos, though. That is one thing I must say. But apart from that, man, keep up the good work. I generally really do enjoy watching your stuff. Lids are just too powerful right now. I don't know, CJ. I think they're one of the best factions in the game. I don't think they're, like, super overpowered, though. Nowhere near compared to something like what Greenskins were or what a lot of factions have been in the past. They're very versatile. That's their main strength. But they still have bad matchups you can win against them. It's not like they're a guaranteed beautiful pick every time. Very powerful first pick, though. Very powerful first pick. Yeah, I mean, I agree, Bubba. I feel like Thoric Ironbrow, though, has really helped this matchup quite a bit as well. I hope we see the White Dwarf. Thoric is everywhere. Yeah, Thoric, unfortunately, is picked basically every time. He's just by far and away the best Dowry Lord right now. He's just by far and away the best. Here we are, outside the High Elf Gates, actually, here. Your fun fact, I say it's like every time on this map, but you can actually Vanguard deploy troops in here and then stream them out. It's really quite funny. It's a beautiful looking map. The elves, for all their wrongdoings and all their right doings, do have some pretty cool architecture. It's nothing on the Lizardmen, of course, but still is very cool. So for the forces of Human Boy betraying his Skaven kin here to turn ally to the Dwarfs, we do have 2 cannons. So kind of with 2 cannons here, and a load of Dwarf Warriors. So a load of Dwarf Warriors, the Grumbling God, yes, people hear me when I say the Grumbling Guard are actually a really awesome unit. Can do a bucket ton of damage. And then we have Ironbreakers galore. So 1, 2, 3 Ironbreakers. Plus the Grumbling Guard. That's a real strong center to your build. A couple of cannons. We have the Slayers. And of course, Thoric Ironbrow coming in with the Rune of Doom. I'm assuming the Rune of Wrath and Ruin, as well as the Rune of Speed. No Rune of Slowness, which is quite odd for a Dowry player not to bring. But it does depend what you're up against. We have a double Thunderer as well, so 2 cannons and 2 Thunderers. No Iron Drake Trollhammer Torpedoes. I actually really like Iron Drake Trollhammer Torpedoes because you know what this build would instantly lose to? 4 Pterodons. They would simply fly over, they would rock drop the Thunderers or the cannons and just shoot the rest, and it'd be really problematic here. Let's see if his opponent has brought that. It looks like we have no Pterodons here for the forces of the green one, so rolling that dice that his opponent wouldn't be going for the Air Corps. In his main battle line, we have Skink Cohorts, we have Red-Crested Skinks, dotted all the way along, so going very wide and skink heavy. No Saurs in the mist. Sometimes you see Saurs just add a bit more meat to your front line, a bit more of a grind, because Red-Crested Skinks get eviscerated by Miners and Ironbreakers. We do have Lord Mazda Mundi coming in with Ruination, Banishment, Shield of the Old Ones, Apotheosis as well. Is that... No, wait. Is that Comet of Cassandora? It is! What a Chad, man. Chosen One always brings the funnest stuff. We have a Comet of Cassandora. We have a Quattle as well up in the skies, also known as the Beast of 1,000 Ducks. And it's going to be hiding Mazda Mundi on the approach. He will have to juke back and forth away from cannons. We have a couple of Skink Skirmishers in the back. Going to be good to harass the enemy. And a load of Chameleon Stalkers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which I don't hate in this matchup. I don't love in this matchup. Yes, they can be a little bit annoying, but they don't do the most damage, and once they get into combat, they can struggle. I like seeing 1 or 2, so, you know, I'm very interested to see how this Lizardmen build goes. It's not something I would have brought in this kind of a formation, or not formation, but this type of army. But I'm 100% ready to be proven that this is the way, particularly with Lord Mazda Mundi. Lord Mazda Mundi on the steg can do some really good work. He, of course, will struggle, though, to pierce the melee defense of the Ironbreakers, unless you cycle charge. You have to cycle charge with your Stegodons. Cannons are being loosed here, going after that Quattle, of course, though it can be a slippery devil to catch. As you can see, a lot of the cannon shots have gone past it there. It's got a rather small front to it. Of course, it's like a flying duck crossed with a flying snake there, so it can be a little bit hard to actually connect. And of course, it can be held up with Apotheosis as well. Dwarfs are going for the good old-fashioned dwarf geometry. This is a real box build here, going as tightly compact as possible. What's up for Poland? Hope you're all good, champ. I can't wait for improved settlement maps. Oh yeah, I can't wait for all the improved maps in general. It's going to be certainly some good fun. Chameleon Stalkers are waiting just out of range of their opponent at the moment. They are hidden. Not that many good targets for them, unfortunately. Like, they can burst into the Dwarf Warriors, but I don't think it's going to do that much damage, unfortunately. Thunderers are unleashing shots into Skink Skirmishers. Great way to deal with Chameleon Skinks and Skink Skirmishers. Shoot them. Yes, they have damage resistance to range, but don't let that kind of fool you. They can be very squishy at the same time. So Chameleon Stalkers have come in here. They've done some decent damage to the Dwarf Warriors off the rip. They're not going to pierce their fierce armor too well. They're now pulling back just to ensure they can get that second burst of shots off as the Red-Crested Skinks do line up. Ironbreakers are going to be really tough for this build to crack, like super tough. Mazda Mundi is going to have to do some insane cycle charging, I think, to really drag them down. Now, the Dwarf Warriors are taking a bit of damage. Unfortunately, Human Boys opened up the Dwarf Warriors, and now the Chameleon Stalkers are going to get onto good targets in the form of the Cannons and the Slayers. We're going to be seeing a Thunderbolt come down on one unit of Thunderers and a Comet come down on the second. It looks like they are going to be able to dodge it. Bam, it comes down and completely misses, but it did buy a little bit more time for Mazdamundi to get in here in the midst of the enemy. We're going to see a Fat Ruination come down the line, doing some really good damage to the Grumbling Guard. Mazdamundi needs to get aggressive and shut down the Thunderers and Cannons before he deals with that front line. Stalkers are starting to flood in, dealing with the Slayers. We're going to get a nice banishment down on these Thunderers as well. The main battle line for the Lizardmen has kind of stalled somewhat. Of course, he's trying to micromanage Lord Mazdamundi, and he needs to get him out of here. He's in a very dangerous situation right now. He's done good damage. He's up to a mighty 6 kills, which doesn't seem like too much, but he's done a lot of good harass. The Dwarf Warriors are being kind of assassinated on this right-hand side now, surrounded by 3 units of the beautiful Skinkies. Quattle is starting to try to take up the cannon now that the Slayers have been dragged away from their defensive formation. Lord Mazdamundi is currently feeling the burn. Coldblood has popped on him to keep him in the game, but he needs to get out of here and allow his Skinks to get in here and dish out the damage to the Thunderers. You can see more Skink cohorts looking to hound down those Slayers in the back. Ironbreakers, I don't know what he's going to do to kill these Ironbreakers. They are looking so tough right now. We do get a second Comet coming to the world. Unfortunately, it is dodged. That is the problem with Comets and other spells like this. They have a massive wind-up spell and often can be dodged by good players. Ironbreakers are surrounded by Skink cohorts as well as red-crested Skinks. Despite their added armor piercing, they will struggle to break through the 125 armor of the Ironbreakers. Lovely, lovely satchel charges being copied by the Ironbreakers onto red-crested Skinks. And this is looking pretty rough. I mean, a load of the back line has been shut down, which is good news for the Lizardmen. Cannon's been dealt with and are being forced off. But a lot of the Ironbreakers are basically full health. The Thunderers are being overwhelmed now. Some real good pressure coming by Green One. Here's some really beautiful micro. Switching his battle lines to tighter formations so he can wiggle his way into the juicy central pocket. But the Dwarfs are starting to rally from that early push. Grumbling Guard up to only 2 kills, but are surrounding the mighty beautiful beast now. And Ironbreakers and Dwarf Warriors, or just Dwarf Warriors in the back, are carving apart the Chameleon Stalkers up to 18 and 18 kills respectively. Frog Eyebrow does pop Rune of Doom. He's trying his little heart out. Quattle is flinging his body around, trying to bring out the pain to the cannons and finish them off. And fortunately, Red Crested Skinks are about to be sandwiched between some Dwarf Warriors and Ironbreakers. Don't know about you guys, that's not the type of sandwich I hope to find myself at any point ever in. Red Crested Skinks are going to be down to chase down the Thunderers right now. The Slayers are doing decent damage. Skink Skirmishers slowly starting to whittle them down. However, Fork Ironbrow rallies his troops to his battle cry. With me, lads, I will lead you to death, glory, and Valhalla. The Thunderers doing some pretty good work now onto the Quattle, and I think this, honestly, is going to be game over. Human Boy taking the dub ski there, and he is 1 game away from victory. Those cannons are going to need to get more work done. They're going to get overwhelmed otherwise. Well, they actually managed to pull it off right now. Thunderbolt over Comet? Oh, for sure, I think. It's just a little bit cheaper. The Comet's very cool, though. It's a little bit more style over substance, but can do some lovely damage as well. Well played to Human Boy, well played to Green One. I do think this was heavily Human Boy's favoured after the build selection, which of course does happen in Total War. There is an element of build roulette, and there is just simply nothing to kill these Ironbreakers. 682 damage value, 939, 795, with some huge kills, 92, 134, and 115, and they're basically very healthy in the late stages of the game, so that damage value could have doubled, or maybe even tripled, who knows. As for the cannons, 1.3k damage value and 687 certainly is very good, but alas was not enough. Thunderers 962 and 700 damage value apiece. Dwarf Warriors did okay, they held the line, everything was very healthy towards the end there. Frog Ironbrow 700 value on him. As for the Green One, Mazdamundi 896 damage value. The little Skinkies did not fare well, neither did the Red Crested. Ironbreakers are just too much for them to handle. I do like the use of the Chameleon Stalkers. I would have liked to probably have only seen 2 of them, I would think, rather than 4. But they did some good backline harass. Skink Skirmishers couldn't unfortunately find those Slayers. 965 damage value on the Quattle. Good use there from Green One on the Flying Duck. Up next, we move to the map of Schwarsterhafen. GG, well played. Damn, Dwarf Warriors tank Chameleon Stalkers really well. They do indeed. They do indeed. That was more than I thought. They can tank for so long, they just don't have the armor piercing. They really do not. I've done 3 VTCs while watching the stream. What's a VTC? I might have been dumb here. I've returned with chicken salad. Yes, Juros. Hopefully you enjoy your food, bub. Hopefully you enjoy your food. What's up, Killaruno? How's it going, champion? I hope you're all good today. Hopefully we'll get to see some high elf action for you. Can't wait for the improved summer maps. They're going to be good siege maps as well. I'm very excited for basically everything. Video teleconference. Oh, well, Jeremy, you should probably just get in there. Like, hey guys, there's this guy called Robert War. He's like the coolest. We should fund him. I don't know what job you do, by the way, but I just assume it's duck related. 3-1 there to Human Boy so far. 1 victory away from eternal glory. Okay, I've played Skaven, Dwarfs, Dark Elves, and you've played Lizardmen, Bretonnia, Wood Elves. I forget. Yes. I expected more from my skinny boys. Yeah, the skinks do well in this matchup, but they have to be supported. I like mixing them in with Saurus Warriors. Sadly, Kroxagor are not good versus Dowie. No, Kroxagor aren't good versus Dowie, in my opinion. Because they lack melee attack, and you just can't actually get... You know, you hit hard, sure, you got a lot of armor piercing, but you just don't hit enough against them, particularly like Iron Breakers and stuff, that it doesn't matter how hard you hit if you don't hit. Tell Human Boy that Sons of the Mountain is proud of his Dowie play. I will do, man. I will do. Human Boy. I'll send a private message so it doesn't bog down what these guys are picking. Sons of the Mountain clan say they are proud of your Dowie play. Awesome. Yeah, these guys trying to figure out the pick and ban. It gets real messy. So Human Boy is going to go Vampirates, Abandoned Beastmen, and Dwarfs. Cool stuff. I haven't seen much Vampire Coast play in a while. It definitely has the potential to be duck related. Well, that's all the world can dream of, you know? Having all our jobs based around ducks. I generally wouldn't mind having a duck as a pet. It'd be pretty cool. Thank you, thank you. he says thank you back to you, Full Poland. He says thank you back to you. Man. You guys can't mention food in chat, Duros, because I get super hungry. I've got like a proper ball of meal tonight as well. Proper uni student meal, so it's going to be quite fun to cook actually. Haven't had it in a while. So the green ones is going to be going High Elves. Awesome pick. This is an interesting matchup. Mortars counter Archers. Archers counter everything in the Vampire count roster. Or Vampire Coast roster, I should say. It's a big map. Plenty of kiting potential here for the High Elves up against the Pirates. Hopefully we get a Bloated Boy. I would love to see a Bloated Boy in action. Is it going to happen? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. What's up, Nafis? The legendary memer, warrior, and god in general. Hope you're doing good, man. Hope you're all good today. Quack quack to you as well. You made it in time for some more awesome games. We've been going for about an hour and 20, I think, about roughly an hour and 20 right about now. And it's been a good scrap. It is currently 3-1 to Human Boy. He did actually... No, he won the first game, lost the second, and then won the next 2. So he's been doing pretty good so far, but it's been a lot closer than the scoreline would actually suggest. A lot of the games could have gone either way, but it is currently 3-1. He needs one more victory to seal the deal. Green one needs to get back-to-back-to-back victories to drag himself to glory, but we've seen the reverse sweep happen many a time. It's even got bread with it, so you know, bread's the best. I try to explain to people at my work, you know, the importance of bread and ducks, and they don't get it as much. They don't get it. You guys are clearly the upper classes of society. I'm pretty sure it's because low melee attack versus high melee defense is the issue with them against Dowie. Yeah, Jeremy, yeah, for sure. For sure. That's why they struggle. Yeah, on paper you think Kroxagor will be really good. Now, there is a few tactics you can do. You can pop Harmonic Convergence on a unit of Kroxagors. You can lower the melee defense of your opponent with something like a Curse of the Midnight Wind. And then Kroxagors can do a lot of damage to the Dowie. The problem is often when they're doing this, they're being shot in the face, which doesn't help them. But I would like to see, yeah, a Kroxagor Rush used with, I believe Curse of the Midnight Wind lowers armor and melee defense. I may be wrong there. So that's a way around it, or a bonus time warp on the Kroxigor. One of those two, I think, could maybe bring some good possibilities with them. I tip my hat to one legend to another, quack quack. The problem is Thunder's destroying them enough, and when they have Troll Hammers, they're practically dead. Troll Hammers are so good. They're so good. Oh, I see Mr. Raptor has come online as well. Yeah, I got so much in the works, guys. It's going to be really good fun over probably... What month is it this month? October. Oh man, next month, guys. Next month. I have some stuff for you guys. It's going to be crazy. I got some really fun streams and stuff coming your way. Some really fun stuff that I've been excited about for months at this point. That I finally get to reveal to you guys. So it's all secret, hush hush at the moment. But yeah, just know we're going to have some fun times in the future. It's also my birthday next month, which is going to be good. Going to be good. I'm going to be old though. I'm turning into an old man. It lowers melee attack and armor. Damn it. Okay, that's not so good. I guess you have to realistically then go... Oh, another convergence, I suppose. Bronus Time Warp, probably, actually. I think you have to go Bronus Time Warp Kroxigor into Dowie if you're going to pull off the Kroxigor rush. Rooting for the green one? Come on, green, you can do it. Please do channel your power into the green one right now. We want more games. We want to come back. I want to see this go all the way to the 7th game. There better be some ridiculous Halloween tournaments. We'll think of some, Jeremy. That's not actually what I'm thinking of, but we will definitely do some Halloween themed event. I'm not sure what day Halloween's on. I may be working. I've got a funny feeling it's a Saturday. No, it's a Sunday, I think. I think I'm going to be at work. Boo. Well, we may be able to do one on the Friday or something. It's pretty cool. We're going to get to see some high elves in action. I do love seeing competitive high elf play. Vampire Count Mirror stream for Halloween when? Oh no, Hank. Please don't. Please don't, Hank. I'm going to cry. I turned 39 2 days ago. Happy birthday, Jeremy. Well, slightly late happy birthday. Hope you had a really good fun birthday and were absolutely spoiled. I'm going to be turning 28 on November the 2nd, which is kind of funny because everyone I work with has like this look of pure horror on their face when I say I'm turning 28 because no one believes me. I've got quite a baby face and I act very immaturely. So everyone thinks I'm turning like 23 or something. Gonna turn 24 on the October 27th. Well, hopefully you have a good birthday. Hope you got a lot of surprises planned. I just turned 30. I'm getting old too. Dwarfs, man, we can be old men together. It's fine. We can grumble about the good old days. How this hip hop music isn't the same as hip hop music in our day. And how these kids keep walking on our lawns and stuff. I don't know, I need to practice it. November 2nd is my wife's B-Day. Jeremy, I may be your wife, you just don't know it. She's got a second job. He's leaving the 27th gang. I know, I'm going to be leaving the gang. So, here for the forces of the glorious Vampirates and Human Boy, yes, with deckhand mobs dotted through the front line, backed up by Foot Count Noculus and Double Gunnery White. Shock the horror! This is such a strange pick. No, it's, yeah, Double Gunnery White is picked basically every single game with Count Noculus in one form or another, and he's coming in with Invocation Heck and Raise Dead and all the glorious summons. This is super meta and very, 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 very powerful. Something that isn't super meta is bloated corpses. Something else which isn't super meta is shoving them up the rear ends of some rotten leviathans to hide them. Double rotten leviathan, double bloated corpse. You guys get your wish. Human Boy knows that memes make the world go round. Couple of Skaven dogs as well. The rotten leviathans are honestly really cool looking characters. Coming in with that Mr. Krabs slash oh, what's his name? No, Zoidberg. Coming in with Zoidberg vibes. This is such a cool model. It is so freaking cool. And that's going to be it for the build. For the forces of the High Elves, are they well prepared? Well, they do have 2 Eagle Claw bolt throwers, Summons are going to be a real big problem for them, but if they can keep the casters away, shooting those Leviathans can do some good work. Now, notoriously, High Elves do struggle up against heavily armoured large creatures. Load of archers, 1, 2, 3, 4 archers. A Lothran and Seaguard in the front line, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. So a load of range potential. I'm assuming it's an Archmage of... Oh, no, it's an Archmage of Fire. Interesting. Burning Head, Flamesword Rune, and Fireball will be the weapons of choice. We have Illyrian Reavers, 3 units of them, in fact, as well as 2 more. So 5 Illyrian Reavers, going to have to do a lot of cycle charging in the front, I would think, to help the Lothran Seaguard, because they're going to be engaged in combat relatively quickly. We do have some more Reavers in the back, as well as double Shadow Warriors. Okay, those Shadow Warriors are going to have to hustle, because of course they've been placed in the back in case there's any ranged units. There are none today, so they're basically going to have to run. I love this build so much, man. The builds are really cool. I enjoy having a baby face. Oh, man, I don't know. I don't know. I look your age. I don't know. How old are you, Hank? I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult. I'm not sure. I'm pretty mature on stream, I think. I'm well behaved on stream, so you know. The Druid double blow. In real life, I'm like a mentalist, but in a good way, in a nice way. I try to be nice to everyone, but yeah, me and Logic like live together, and I feel so sorry for his girlfriend who also lives for us because she has to put up with us the entire time. So in come the bolt throwers. They're aiming directly at the crabs. Now, if they could shoot the bloated corpses, that'd be really nice. However, this is such a cool play. I love this. This is so creative. This is the creative strategies I love to see in Total War. Bloated corpses just hugging the rear end there of those rotten Leviathans just to ensure that they don't get popped. Although a stray bolt too many may indeed take down the bloated corpse. See, the Leviathan is trying to juke. I don't know how well that's going to go. Shadow Warriors were actually deployed a little bit closer in the end and peeled off. That may actually be in a kind of not work too well for them, realistically, because now their Reavers are so far away they have no protection, and the Scode Dogs instantly jump on top of the Shadow Warriors, annihilating them. We can see up in the skies the Archmage has taken an insane amount of damage. However, the bloated corpse is nearly down. Maybe a burning head did come down this way. Double Gunnery Whites will just be popping this Archmage all day, and she has no way of healing, so Green One has to keep his micro in the tip-top condition it is normally in, and pull back away from this. He does not want to get involved with these Gunnery Whites whatsoever. Rotten Leviathan does have an Overcast Plague of Rust on him, so we do have a Plague of Rust caster. I was so surprised we didn't have one. Coming into the battle, we have a basic one. Shadow Warriors are being overwhelmed by Scurvy Dogs. We do have a load of Reavers here trying to support and pit out the fires that are forming. More Illyrian Reavers are going to start floating over. Both boat corpses are still currently alive, but only just. A fireball is going to come in and kaboom! No, it just disappeared! It just disappeared, so no friendly fire, unfortunately. Maybe if it gets killed by magic, it just kind of eviscerates itself and then burns up rather than explode in those noxious gases. Illyrian Reavers can be floating around the flanks. This one Leviathan has taken an absolute just bam, 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 slapping to the face, and is most certainly going to be going down here. However, it has allowed the other one Leviathan to get down and dirty and start dishing out the paint. Lothran Seaguard doing a fantastic job. Likewise are the archers. Even the Reavers going to be getting in here to try to skewer themselves a nice, juicy seafood meal. Good play by Human Boy, though. He's rotating around to the left-hand side, trying to crush what he can actually get to grips with right now. Bloated Corpse does explode. It does some damage to the Bolt Thrower crew, who are now terrified, but that is about all. Now, a load of the archers and Lothran Seaguard are in a bad situation. Good news for Green One, though, is his Illyrian Reavers are in the process of mopping up the majority of the Scurvy Dogs. So there's nothing that can catch these archers now, and the kite is well and truly on. High Elves looking pretty dominant in the early stages. They're still double Gunnery White, though, and you can never count out the Vampire Coast as long as they have that Gunnery White. And Camnoclus has somehow managed to find himself a few horses to skewer on his halberd. You can see a lovely little bam slice down to the midriff of that horse, dragging down the poor creature who's been forced into war service. Royal Leviathan is taking a decent pound. I mean, he's still relatively healthy, though. Lovely use there by the Gunnery White to do some massive damage to the Lothran Seaguard. Those fireballs are now going to start to stack up. All of them aiming at the Gunnery White. Best way to kill a Gunnery White, pop Plague of Rust on it and obliterate it with a bucket tons of range. Look at the arrows! Our arrows show a blot out the sun. I'm sure the Gunnery White probably would say something bold like I'll fight in the shade, but instead he's going to be fighting underneath a load of metal tips and wooden shafts. Over on this far side, Camnoclus is very healthy, dragging down a lot of Reavers. Shadow Warriors somehow managed to endure the the sheer amount of pressure there and force himself back to relative safety. In the back, the Royal Leviathan will be able to clean up some Lothran Seaguard, but my god, the archers right now. Gunnery White is getting very, very low. We're going to see the Archmage come underneath a little bit of pressure. I love the fact their eagle is like red tinted. I'm not sure if that's just with the Fire Mage or if every mage has their eagle come with its own colour scheme. I'm not sure. I need to double check that. All the archers are continuing to move. A load of ammunition is still left, and they're really going to whittle down at the Rotten Leviathan here. Good luck, I found, said the lads. Was there, like, how many range units were here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need to double check that. I think he probably had the max amount of range units, which is absolutely fine, of course. So the Royal Leviathan is getting held up by an Invocation Heck. Balance power is super favouring the High Elves right now. I don't think there's anything that, unfortunately, Human Boy can do here, which is bad news for him, good news for us, because it means we're going to be getting additional games. Of course, he has the Leviathan and Count Noculus, but I believe the Gunnery Whites have unfortunately been dealt with here. Shadow Warriors are going to kite all day. We're going to see a load of fireballs just constantly spam in. We do get a lovely little summon come down, and it is of the Gunnery mob, looking to bring some bullets to bear on the Archmage and go pew, 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 pew. Unfortunately for them, the Archmage is simply going to move out of range and fall back to relative safety of this ridiculously huge bow line right now. Ichor Bolthra has been left behind a little bit. Reavers are going to slam into these guys. Yes, they are a summon, but hey, if you've got the forces to chuck at them, you might as well stop them shooting and dishing out that damage, overwhelm them quickly, and make them start to crumble. Boat Thrower is lining up its eyes and shooting into the Rotten Leviathan, doing some good work there, and Human Boy is indeed going to bow out there. That was some awesome stuff. That was some awesome stuff. Coast is such a cool theme. It was really cool. I feel like I'm ancient when I'm around first years. Oh wait, how old are you, Hank? But well played. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, the max. Perfect build in there from Green One. I love this build. This is a very, very nice stuff. So Archmage, 789 damage value, 0 on the Mage of Metal, but those Plague of Rust certainly helped out. As for the Archers, 169, 700, 400, and 267 damage value. Lothran Seaguard, 320, 500, 399, and 127. Shadow Warriors, despite getting a huge amount of pressure poured onto them, got 389 and 586 damage value apiece, and the Reavers did a relatively decent job. Both bolt throws 1,100 damage value and 600. Real nice to spread out damage across the entire build. As for Human Boy, it is a nice build himself. I love the double Crabbo Rush, 400 damage value and 184. The Royal Leviathans did not pay for themselves. Scurvy Dogs did a lot better, 664, 692, and 839 damage. Bloat Corpses got 0 damage value and 188, so unfortunately not paying for themselves there. Gunnery Whites only 466 value and 777. Fernoculus just couldn't get to grips with the enemy, only 340 damage value from him. GG. So you cheated and I demand the victory. Oh no! You had 5 Illyrian Reavers, just a heads up. Oh, is it only 5 you're allowed? In, let's quickly pop to the next map anyway. Let's double check that. We are playing fruit rules rather than the banner rules today. So let's go double check them. God, where can I find fruit rules? I don't know where I've saved them. Let's go to Antistees. Antistees Juicy. Discord, it should have them in there. There we go. Antistea. Where are your fruit rules, sir? Where have you hidden them? Where has he hidden these rules? Is that the patch notes? I cannot find you. I think I'm just being blind. I might have to get one of you guys to send them to me. Antistees Ladder has hidden them from my sights. I'd assume they'd be at the top somewhere. Here's a load of feedback. Alright, I'm just going to hop onto a tournament and see if they're using fruit rules. Nope, they're playing with banner rules. Let's see if my latest tournament was... What the rules were I using? I was using banner rules, damn it. Well, if any of you guys have them on you, that'd be very useful. Oh, sorry, bro. I thought the limit was 5. Yeah, thanks. But in this case, you dominated without them. Yeah, I think it was basically over. My only way to kill your crabs. Okay, I think these guys are happy just to move on, it seems. You would have won without them, so definitely you get the win, no problem. Good sportsmanship there by Human Boy. I don't think it would have mattered. If this was like a high-prized tournament game, we would make them replay, regardless of it being really one-sided, taking out the Reavers. But, you know, it is what it is here. It looks like these guys are happy to move on. I'm just alerting in case you're having in a tourney. Hate for you to lose a win. GG, well played, lads. So, massive round of applause to Human Boy there. Just been an absolute lad and just wanted to play the games instead. Dark has limited to 4, but it doesn't matter. Just inform him in case he needs it for tournament in the future. No worries, man. Thank you for being such a legend about it. It's in the getting started section. Why is it not in the tournament section? This makes no sense. Good flanking players. Yeah, he tried to overwhelm, but there was so many archers. Captain Morgan, the god of darks. How are you today, man? Hope you're all good in the hood. 5th year since high school now. In my last year, I don't go to. I don't know if you're talking about like American high school, because that's very different to high school in England. So that could depend quite a bit. Yeah, that was a very decisive win. Sportsmanship gets high praise for sure, always. Always. That's what DBD's about as well. So, GUR played, lads. It looks like Green One's picking Beastmen, banning Lizardmen. Let's update the scoreboard while we are here. Green One bringing that one back. So, if Green One wins this one, we're going to be going in to the sudden death round, which is what I want. I demand. I only know because I had to ask not too long ago. Oh, okay, yeah. Just to where I'd find them and stuff. I have them like saved somewhere. I just didn't want to go through all my stuff at the moment. The dreaded double bloat. What a champion of the people. Agreed. Agreed. You're not American. Oh, okay. Oh my god, man. High school for me was like. I went to a weird place, man. I live in like a village, so all our stuff's broken up into like weird things. So you went to primary school from year 1 to 6. You then went to like a middle school from year 7 to 8, and then we went to grammar school, which I don't know if that counts as high school now, because I'm old. You see, we've changed the names of everything, which was from years 9 to 11, and like the whole A-level thing if you wanted to do that. But I went to a college after that. You're 22, yeah. Even though I keep thinking I'm 21. That won't change, Hank. I still think I'm 21. Like, it's worrying. My body's telling me no, but my mind's telling me yes. Well, someone's speaking in public, apparently. I have no idea what he's talking about. But we're going to leave him to his madman ramblings. Banning Chaos as well. Good ban there. Good ban. Forsaken Rush can be really hard to deal with. Never mind Greenskins. Human Boy's going to be going Greenskins. Cool. Greenskins versus Beastmen on quite a small map. I expect this to be a very swift game one way or another. One way or another, this is going to be quite bloody, I would think. There's not a huge amount of room, unfortunately, for skirmishing on this map. I say unfortunately, but... Roboduck loves our Beastmen mirror. Beastmen mirror. Gives me... terrible PTSD. I had a Beastman mirror up against the green one. Don't do it. If you meet the green one, do not pick Beastman to his Beastman. He is a beautiful Beastman build. I'm stealing it 100%. It is such a good build. It is so cool. It is very, very cool indeed. Whoa! Exactly, T. Exactly. I'm all about that war lifestyle. You just had 4 to 12 in basic school and 12 to 18 in prep school. Yeah, that's something about the UK. Like, all the schools are kind of run differently depending on where you are. I went to a weird school It was like the only one in the area. It was like relatively well respected, but man, there was so much like mad stuff that went on there. I think in my time being there, I think 2 girls' hairs got set on fire. The school got set on fire a couple of times, but like small fires, like not too bad. And there's just a lot of crazy stuff happened. I remember someone pouring painting all through all the windows of the arts room, but like most of the time it was like a good school, but like there was just some weird people who, because everyone from the local area went there, so you got the mixture of everyone, so it was kind of crazy. So also I'm glad I wasn't the biggest fan of school, so I'm glad I got to go to college and then uni, which I enjoyed both. Uni was some of the best time I've ever had in my life. It was so good, and now I get to hopefully spread out to my YouTube wings and make this into a job. So we're aiming for. We're growing slowly, and we're getting there. Yeah, there's a lot of Brainbuster versus Viletide play coming in here. This guy's tagging everyone who's on. Oh, let's have a fun, naughty game. Oh, okay, it's just someone trying to be a bot or sell stuff or scam people. I nearly made a video. I might still do it on. I know most of you guys are sensible and won't do it, but bots do occasionally put links underneath my YouTube channel videos. I do take them down. But if anyone gets hacked on Discord and stuff, just never click a link from anyone unless it's from someone you really trust, or myself, for example, or one of my mods. Don't click on a link for anything, because it's just going to be a load of rubbish. How was uni the best time of your life? It was amazing, man. I got to live with friends. I was in acting work like every single day, like 4 to 5 days a week. You're just like performing and putting on shows and stuff, and then the rest of the time you're going to like house parties or like chilling out with your friends. It's a really good time. It's a really good time. Looks like Human Boy is ready to rumble. Plus, I went to uni and did something that I was pretty good at, which was acting. And then I did a creative writing masters, which is a lot tougher but good fun. So it's not I found the work easy. Like the work was hard, but I enjoyed the work. So there's kind of like no day you didn't really have a good time. Apart from when writing dissertations, of course. That's some good stuff. Oh, okay, no, thank God. I thought there was like some weird bot going on because I got a load of messages on Discord, but it's just because I haven't been in Tisty's Discord for a little while. And they're ready. Right, let's hop into this. But how do idiots set girls' hair on fire? One time was accidental. Like, some girl had put on like some body spray or something, and someone like jokingly put a lighter to the back of her, and like I set her hair on fire, which is crazy. And I think the other time she insulted someone who's like, I think it's school stuff. Kids are horrible. I don't want to like hop into it. I think she was like being really rude to someone about someone else's family, and they pulled out an aerosol can and was like, so and flamed him a little bit. So kids are mean. So when is your drunk stream coming? I don't actually drink anymore, Nafis. I'm pretty teetotal now. Maybe I'll do a drunk stream at some point. It won't take me much to get drunk anymore. I wouldn't have thought. Green One left EC for ODM. I believe he is currently training as an ODM member, so he's got to work his way in, but yeah, I think he's like a trainee right now. I think it's just ODM are very active still. I don't know how active EC currently are, so maybe he just wants to get ready for Total Warhammer 3 and prepare as much as possible. Anyway, let's go for the builds here today. So, Human Boy, looking to seal victory, has gone for the double Rogue Idol Gambit. Looking absolutely horrific and just disgustingly beautiful in every aspect. They're rock hard and ready for a good old scrap. And it looks like much like his Dowie game, we're going to get a little box build. So Human Boy does like a box build. Coming with gobos on all sides, including the 8 peak loons. We have a Giant Ritual Hag, we have Wurzag, and we have Goblin Big Boss. Wurzag does indeed have a Brainbuster as we expected, Fist of Gork and Gaze of Morg, and all his items and abilities. This is certainly a build. We then have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 skirmish cavalry in the form of Morgrubs, Mangy Marauders, Death Creepers, and then a load of Goblin, Wolf, Rider, Archers. So a load of skirmish, and then a box. You hate to see it, you love to see it, it is what it is. For the forces of the Beastmen, they're going to get nice and aggressive here. We have Ungor spear herds, as well as Ungor herds dotted all the way through the front line. Cheap, cheerful chaff, just ready for a good fat scrap. We do indeed have Centaurs. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 Centaurs, double Tuskor chariots, a Jabberlife, 2 Ungor raiders, who can certainly bring the pressure from long range. We have Bretonnia the Wild coming with Traitorkin and Brave Scream. That Traitorkin going to be very, very useful up against the box here. And then we have Torx the Brass Bull. And in the distance, it looks like we have a couple of Chaos Warhounds with poison. This is going to be a weird one. I mean, is there enough here to drag down the double Rogue Idols? That's kind of going to be the big problem. Everything else they've got under control. I mean, the Ungor Raiders staying alive might be the biggest thing about this battle. If you can get rid of the enemy Skirmish Cav, keep his Ungor Raiders alive, they will eventually drag down the beasties. Double Rogue Idol, that's worth a $5. Thank you so much, Cat Morgan. Honestly, Cat Morgan is like the biggest support of my channel. It's insane. He's such a lovely dude. Thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate it. You're a hero, man. You really are. Thank you. Damn, Texan and driving. I got what you said, man. No worries. Thank you so much, dude. Drive safe, bro. Drive safe. But Double Rogue Idol, I agree. Double Rogue Idol is the way to go. It's the only way to go. No need. Then remember, kids, don't drink unless it's water. Yeah, I stopped drinking after uni, actually. I just started getting, like, you know, real bad hangovers and was like, I'm not about this life. So it looks like all the Greenskins Skirmish Cav is going to swarm these Chaos Warhounds and shut them down. Really good play there, using his mobility to overwhelm the enemy. The other Warhounds will be pulling back. We do have a load of Centaurs as well to try to help pin in and defeat this Skirmish Cav formation. Overcast and Traitorkin here probably isn't going to be the way to go. I don't know how much Traitorkin realistically will do to Rogue Idols and stuff, but hey, damage is damage, and if you can get that damage going, it's going to be good news for you. Tuskor Chariots can kill all of this infantry very, very quickly and effectively. Won't do much, though, against the characters and the single entity monsters. A lot of the Skirmish Cav is going to be falling back for now. The Warhounds going to be waiting on the periphery alongside the Centaurs. Bringing the Jabberlife, bringing the Traitorkin. It looks like a lot of the force is going to move out the way. So Traitorkin goes down. It doesn't catch the whole army, though, unfortunately. And let's see, it does some damage. Not that much. It's definitely best against cavalry. Doesn't look like that much damage is coming in. Ungor Raiders are starting to pour on that fire. Tuskor Chariots get caught here, which is really nice use of effigy to get, pinning them in place. Torx is going to come in for a bomb rush, though. And he's like, big rock, me smash. And tries to hit it, but Rogue Idol goes bam, and literally claps that chariot's cheeks as it tries to fall back. Now, the other Rogue Idol's getting a little bit aggressive and isolated here. I'd love to see a little bit of an ambush on this beastie. A load of the Goblin Wolf Rider archers, they're just trying to focus down the Centaurs, which is a pretty decent play. Centaurs can be relatively squishy. Warhounds in support of Centaurs, though, might be able to actually push all this Skirmish Cav into the corner and drive it away from the main fight. Jabberlife is trying his best. We do have a Brave Scream go down and just eviscerating a lot of their own troops, but also doing some damage to the Gobbos. The Jabberlife is trying his best. Torx is in between a rock and a rock, and not having the best of days, though he could also beat down Wozak if he manages to get some lucky RNG hits in there. Jabberlife is going to be falling back. Tuskor Chariots are simply overwhelming the enemy infantry at the moment, coming in from both sides. Those Ungor Raiders, do they have enough ammo to drag down 2 Rogue Idols? I'm not sure. The 8-pick loons do start to swing, twirl and dance their way through the Ungor Spearheads, doing some relatively decent damage there. Rogue Idol does get buffed up by the Fist of Gork, which is really nice, buffing up those stats there. Brainbuster goes down on the Ungor Raiders, not doing much damage, unfortunately, and the arrows shall sing, still doing some pretty decent work here. Chaos Warhounds are going to be clearing up a lot of the units on the periphery who are running, and yet another Traitorkin is going to come down. Wozak needs to be careful. He can't be afforded to get pinned in by chariots, because Torx will thump him rather quickly. A lot of the Skirmish Cav has been dealt with, unfortunately. 2 of the Wolf Riders are running for their lives, and the 3rd one and 4th have managed to pop on top of the Ungor Raiders, though, which is a big win for them. They can even rotate round to this unit. I'd like to see these Tuskors come here to help protect a little bit. Tuskors have managed to pin in the mighty Wozak. Torx got in there, gave him 1 or 2 good old hits, and then decided to get out of dodge and start fleeing once more before hitting at some Goblin Wolf Riders in passing. Both of the Majestic Rogue Idols are very healthy. Balance Power hates their chances. Another Brainbuster does come in, getting rid of some of the chaff units. Ungor Raiders are being overwhelmed. This is a big problem, although likewise the Wolf Rider archers are starting to dwindle in number. We have the 1 unit here, and I think that is about it, unfortunately. We'll probably be getting hunted down as well by the Centaurs, you would think, and it looks like both the Ungor Raiders shall survive to rain terror down from afar upon their foe. Torx on the Javaslave goon the Rogue Idol, or attempt to goon it. Did some nice damage. It's down to about half HP right now, which certainly means it has a bucket ton left. 6,700 HP. It is no joke, and it's going to be pounding Torx as hard as it possibly can. Wurzag's getting a little bit danger low here. A load of Centaurs have indeed surrounded him. Have the Ungor Raiders here. We've got Warhounds moving in. There's so many Beastmen dotted around the battlefield, and the Ungor Raiders are just constantly adding in that pressure. How much damage value have they got so far? Only 372 and 249, so not much, but they are deadly cheap. Javaslife's doing a good work here alongside Torx. You can see both the Rogue Idols have been isolated, and this one's really taking quite a punishment. It does look like Wurzag's going to be able to hold the line, though. He's beating back a lot of these cheap Ungors and the Centaurs due to the fact he has the Rogue Idol as a protector, and the Goblin Warboss and Giant Ritual Hag, who both hit relatively hard here. Centaurs will be moving around, and this Rogue Idol does seem to be breaking, and down the Majestic Beastie doth fall. Well, he might be able to make it off the battlefield, but simply disengage a unit of Ungor Raiders, one unit of Centaurs, and finish it off for good. You can see that Human Boy is trying his best to shut down the Ungors, but the Centaurs managed to jump on, and it looks like these Goblin Wolf Archers are going to be biting the bullet here today. Gazemore goes in, trying to hit Torx, but the Javaslave comes over and says, "No, not today. He's my friend, and I shall not let you hurt him." And Wurzag is getting absolutely slaughtered, probably going to shatter here. In fact, he dies, devoured by the Javaslave. Oh no, he makes it out. No, he doesn't make it out. He dies. That's a sad day for him. Last Rogue Idol is starting to waver and break in. It actually had a load of leadership, it seemed, but I think that might have been a bit of a bug, or a visual bug there, because he was certainly struggling. Duck immediately spends the 5 on bagels, the best of breads. Man, bagels are good, Jeremy. Bagels are good. I actually got tortillas today, which are kind of like a bread, right? They're kind of like a bread. That's what I'm doing for dinner. But yeah, well played to Human Boy. Well played to Green One. Both of you played really well. Green One has brought this back, lads. We are going all the way to the final game. Best of 7, 7 games. I don't know what more glory I can bring you, boys. Human Boy, yes, 1.1k damage value on Wurzag. 198 on the Goblin Big Boss, 228 on the Giant Ritual Hag. So, apart from Wurzag, the Leadership Corps kind of struggled. Likewise, all the infantry did. And the Skirmish Cav just couldn't get on the good targets at all. None of them paying for themselves. The double Rogue Idols did decent. 1.4k damage value, 1.2, so nothing too shabby there. But likewise, these are expensive guys and can be a bit of a problem. Now, there are the advantages, for example, of something like Giants in this matchup, where they'd be able to duel against the characters a lot easier. Then they'd be more susceptible, unfortunately, to the bow fire and the Centaur fire. So it's kind of a trade of which one do you risk go for. The green one, Torx the Brass Ball, 1.3k damage value. Big moves in chat for him. Only 358, unfortunately, on the Brave Shaman of Wild. Ungors across the board performed okay, this unit in particular standing out with 600 value and 124 kills, and the Raiders was slowly adding up damage value, 573 damage value, 274. Centaurs did some good work just hounding and harassing the enemy, 670 damage value, 266, 748 and 752. Tuskor Chariots performing okay, 362 damage value and 767. Javaslave did amazing, 1.5 value there. Really holding it down and going toe-to-toe with those Titans, which you definitely would have struggled up against a bit more against a Giant, but likewise, you know, the Ungor Raiders would have fared much better. So I'm moving up to the final map now, which is Alpine Ridge. Quack. The final showdown. So, green one will pick 3. And ban 1. He can ban factions twice. Yeah, so Green One's going to pick 3 factions, ban a faction. Human Boy then bans one of his factions and picks. And yeah, and they go into it. Probably he rather wanted a tank than a duelist unit. Maybe you'll go one of each, but then you've kind of got both the weaknesses of each as well. Yeah, VCs just bump and grind against boxers more than anything. They've got a lot of flyers and summons to get inside them. Give us carnage. GG to both these gentlemen. It's been very good so far. The rocks should crumble rather than rout? Most likely, yes. The Iraq rocks can do some decent work as well, but they are less cool, I would argue. I would argue this side less cool. So I have Beastmen, Bretonnia, Empire, Halves, Lizardmen, Norsca, Tomb Kings, Warriors of Chaos, and Wood Elves left. Cool. So he gets to ban 2 of these. Oh, that's such a good choice. So much choice, so much possibility. So, Green wants to know, Chaos, he's a very good Chaos player, by the way. That's pretty scary. If I ever see Green try and pick Chaos, I'd probably be banning them. He's going Chaos, Greenskins, Counts, banning Lizardmen. What am I doing if I'm a human boy? High Elves would be great into Counts, but Greenskins and Chaos could be problematic. Bretonnia could be solid here if you ban Bretonnia, ban Chaos maybe? Or Beastmen, ban Chaos can work. Norsca are just very fun all round, so I'd like to see them in action. Or I'd go Warriors of Chaos, ban Counts. Chaos v Greenskins could be a good fun one. Or a mirror match, who knows? I wonder if the green one knows that Tomb King is secretly Human Boy Yes Yes best faction. So, for those who don't know, Human Boy did a really cool challenge, and we're stealing that idea. I have spoken to him about it, and doing that challenge. So when we hit 7,500 subscribers, I may make a trailer for this, actually be kind of cool. I'm going to be playing a live stream where I play every single faction, and I can only move on from a faction when I lose with that faction. It's going to be wild. It's going to be quite a long stream. It's going to be a good fun celebration. But to do that, I have to hit 7,500 subs. So, you know, go get your grandma phone, make her subscribe to a ducky. She'll love me, tell us about ducks and stuff. Oh, people love feeding ducks. It'd be great. It'd be great. Human Boy is going to go Empire, banning Chaos. So he now has Empire up against Lizardmen. Or, wait, ban Chaos? Oh, Chaos Greenskins counts. Oh, so he's got Empire against Greenskins or counts. Interesting. Interesting. I think Empire are okay against Greenskins. It's a good matchup. Counts v Empire's a weird one. We'll have to see how that performs. Gonna go hang out with the kiddo. I'll catch the rest a bit later. No worries, Cam Morgan. Peace out, bro. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. Have fun, man. Tuning out for your littlin'. I heard the origami museum in Japan was vandalized. The story is still unfolding. Wow, Jeremy. Wow. I love it. I love it. Cool, so I'm just going through a load of messages in my Discord. Looks like they're all good. Oh, I never ended the poll. Let's see what you guys thought. So this was the matchup between Dwarfs and Lizardmen, and what you guys thought was the most likely to be successful. And it looks like you guys voted. I can't see it. It's not actually popped up yet. I think you guys said it's slightly Lizardmen favoured. Yeah, Dino Boy's 58% to 41. That's probably about right, I'd say. That's like about right. It's certainly what I can see. I can see when these guys play. Or when like those two factions face each other. Greenskins. Cool. So we're going to be seeing Empire versus Greenskins. This is an old school classic. I think some of the first trailers from Total Warhammer 1 were like Empire versus Greenskins. So I'm excited to see how this unfolds. We're on Alpine Ridge, which is something to take into consideration. There is a big hill in the middle. I've been on Quick Battle searching for 5 minutes now, no opponent. Are you on the beta or are you on live, Hank? Maybe just try restarting it, because sometimes it just gets a bit buggy. Sometimes it just gets a little buggy, unfortunately. Once again, guys, the Human Boy does... I'm going to try and find this now, actually. Human Boy does indeed have a YouTube channel. Let's try and find it, so I can tag tag him in it. So if you want to see more of Human Boy, he's put up a fantastic fight today so far, bringing some awesome builds. He puts out videos every, like, 4 or 5 videos a week, so make sure to go check him out. Let's quickly drop a link to that. Boop. That's Human Boy's channel, and now we're going to go the green one, Twitch, try and find him. The green one. Oh god, Total War maybe? Where are you, green one? I swear green one has a Twitch channel. Let me try and find it. Let me try and find it. Is it in my video promotion section? If anyone can find Green One's Twitch, let me know. I swear he has Twitch. I swear it. Maybe in here I will find it. Where is it? I know you're hiding from me. Well, try and find Green One on Twitch as well. Sorry about that. I can't actually find his link. I should have got him to send it to me. The Green 198. Oh, Manuel, you Chad. You Chad. Thank you so much. Let's go find it now. Let's go find it now. The Green 198. It wouldn't, like, pop up for some reason. Yes! I found it. I found it. And if you want to check out Green One's work as well, here is a link to his Twitch. Bam. So you go support him as well. Spread the love. Spread the loves, people. And let's hop back in. Cool, looks like the guys are still deciding what to do. They're still figuring it all out. Himboy, yes, there's a lot of cool stuff, both tournaments as well as faction interviews with some of the more well-known players and other fun stuff as well. Come join the fun. Yes. He does a lot of good work over there, man. Why Empire? I mean, Empire are a relatively flexible faction. You can play them up against a lot of the enemies and still have a good chance of success. And from the matchup, yeah, Chaos was pretty good into Empire, but then it was Counts and Greenskins. Both matchups I think Empire can shine in. I expect Shimboy to go relatively defensive, Volk the Grim, a load of halberds and spears all over the place, and unbreakable troops in the front, and then like triple handgunners or something. Then again, Humboy's done some pretty wild tactics today as well, so maybe we'll see something a little different. Let me update the scoreboard before I forget. It is 3-all. That's what we love to see. Please help convince Humboy to do that stream. What stream are you talking about? Oh, it's a nice big fat stretch. I can always tell that I've been streaming for a while when my stomach goes, hey, I'm here. Feed me bread. Feed me bread. My stomach shall have to wait because glory is unfolding before our very own eyes. Who's your money on, guys? Do you think Humboy's got this, or do you think Green One has this? Let's have a little vote, because it is the final game of the stream. If you guys have been enjoying, make sure to like, subscribe, all that standard YouTube business. There's also a million links down below, by the way, if you want to support the channel in any way, including a Twitch, which is pretty cool. I'm going to be doing a Warhammer Twitch stream tomorrow, actually, which is pretty exciting. So, who will win? The Green One. Or Human Boy. Yes, yes. There you go, guys. Put out the poll for the final epic confrontation and showdown. Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be live streaming my point of view in Battlemania finals and probably some quick battles afterwards, or battles of people watching actually, because it's hard to find quick battles on the Cav beta, of course, compared to like being on live and the tournaments on the beta. So we'll probably just open up a lobby once we get knocked out the tournament, which will probably be very early on because a lot of the players in there are very good, and I'm super rusty as far as playing, as well as particularly in competitive tournaments. Who's your money on, guys? Looks pretty close so far, pretty 50-50 between these guys. Try bread dipped in milk and sugar. It's quite tasty. I feel like every type of bread's good, Mathis. Someone name a bad bread. Actually, I mean, is it really bread? You know the, it's like a block of, like, seeds and stuff, which you'd think ducks would love, but it's, like, super compact bread. We sell it at my work, and I'm trying to think what it's called. It's, it's like the super, like, vegan bread. What is it called? It's like, you could, because I, like, had to obviously put it out at work, you could, like, knock someone on the head on it, or like, on the head with it, and it would kill them. It's so rock solid. Human Boy has been memeing hard, but I still believe him. I think a lot of his stuff's had, like, of course we had the crab rush with the bloated corpses, but the crabs are actually really good against high elves. There were simply too many arrows. Too many. Oh, mouldy bread. Yeah, but that's not the bread's fault, that's the person's fault. I feel, you know? Yeah, rye bread might be what I'm thinking about. Because they like the sourdough bread, but it's like this horrible block. Which, if you could break a window of it type thing. I just feel like biting into it would break my teeth. But then think of the good breads. Baguettes. I'm counting croissants in here, even though there might be more of a pastry. I'm including them. They go over here. They're bread gang. Baguettes. Tiger bread. Danish. Oh, Danish bread's so good. Like the Danish white bread. Oh, it's delicious. Wholemeal bread. The best of both. There's so much. There's potential everywhere. Pita bread. It's just the guy. I could rant about bread for a long time as a duck. For a long time. Here we are, both these players trying to claw their way to the crown, which sits precariously on top of this hill. Right here, there's going to be a crown buried. Both these guys fighting for it, and we have Boris Todbringer, the legend, and this could go very badly for the green one, because I believe we do indeed have a netcaster with Shem's Burning Gaze on a Light Wizard plus Boris, so he will be able to get to grips with Azag at a whim, but it seems to be a full Rohan-style build. Oh, this is cool. This is cool. We have Arrows of Grenade Launchers. We have two of them. We have a load of Pistoliers. We then have Knights of Blazing Sun and Empire Knights. Arise, arise, Riders of Boris. It's gonna be a scrap. Warrior Priest is down here on the low ground, giving fire damage to nearby homies, but also helping support. Boris in the sky, and a Light Wizard, full cav. Ride now, ride to Gondor. Oaths you have taken. For the forces of the Greenskins, we have Orc Boar Boys. A load of Orc Boar Boys, so a bucket ton of cav potential to pin the enemy in place. A load of Orc Arrow Boys who are going to be very crucial in helping to win that air game. And a load of Orc Biggins. Now, Orc Biggins are going to be decent up against the cavalry, if it indeed can get to grips with it full on. We've got a big boss with They Need Stabbing and the Hammer of Gork, which is a nice armor-piercing goblobber, or goblin rock lobber as it should be called, and it can do some pretty decent damage. It's cool to see Greenskins actually bringing you know, some artillery in the form of, like, I like doing catapults for instance, so it's kind of cool to see this in action as well. Going to be a good fun game. I mean, Azag's going to have to really struggle, I think, in the sky, because Boris, I believe, will be able to butter his bread relatively effectively, and this Light Wizard can simply pin him in place. So Azag's going to have to stay close to those support elements of the They Need Stabbing debuff and the Archers. We do have Spirit Leech and Purple Sun, as well as Azag's Odd Armor. It's going to be a scrap. I'm very, very much looking forward to this. Boar Boys are so bad, but they're so cool, Jeremy. They're so cool. 4th Middenlanders, yes. Yes. Try Dutch bread, it is without equal. I need to find some. Yeah, I haven't really eaten gluten-free bread. It's just called brick bread. That's probably what I'm thinking of, Doros. Yeah, Grenade Launcher is going to be really good here as well. But this is, you may think this is a bit of a meme. It's actually very powerful. It can be very hard to micromanagement though. So, Human Boy, yes, yes, we know you can micro. It's going to really pull the best out of him, hopefully. Or it's going to pull out some mistakes. Those are, you know, the two things we have to wait and see. Yeah, I love her. King Theoden is probably, I'm 99% sure, my favourite Lord of the Rings character, so I love a good old Rohirrim charge. I've nearly made a video once. I don't know if people would actually want to watch it, because it's not Total War based or gaming based, but I nearly made a video of top 5 reasons why King Theoden is the best Lord of the Rings character. Yeah, I like a load of them. Aragorn's really cool, Gimli's really cool, but King Theoden, man, come on, pure Chad. So the Outriders will be moving over here. They're going to get eaten a Spirit Leech and a load of arrows for their troubles. They barely get off a volley, and they're probably going to break off the edge of the battlefield here, as it looks like they're just about going to stand. Oh my god, their leadership is so low right now. If they had broken, then they probably would have just run to the board edge and been deleted. Azag's going to fall back. He needs to stay near his archers here, because Boris is simply going to hunt him down, and the cavalry can start slamming into the front lines, or allow the grenade launchers to dish out the pain. And as you can see, grenade launchers will be lining up some shots against the Orc boys. One volley comes in, and a load of dead Orcs takes their place. We are going to get the Net of Amantalk come down on Azag, who pops Azag's Ard Armor just at the right time. This wizard needs to be moving into combat as well, getting some rear attacks, distract Azag and just pee him off. Lovely Shameless Burning Gaze goes right up the rear end there of Azag's mount, plus a blast, although it kind of misses for the most part and does some weird fireworks display. I don't know what's going on there, but what is that? Blast is kind of grinding against the tree. So Azag has managed to escape now. One more net though, and it will be done. And of course, the Empire don't really need to take a fight. Just play it really slow. Skirmish with your pistoliers, grenade launchers, cycle charge with your knights, until you can net Azag again and kill him, because he cannot survive another fight like that. Orc boys have been deleted and forced off. Empire Knights doing a good job here. A lot of these Outriders just need to pull wide now and away from the main Greenskin fight. The Orc boys are just vibing, chilling for now. It looks like the Light Wizard's getting a little too risky. This is, I do not like this. Light Wizard's going down after the Goblin Big Boss. He needs to get up into the sky. He should be able to escape the Orc boys. If he gets pinned in, that is a massive let-off for Green 1. Because at the moment, it's pretty much the Empire's to lose, because they can assassinate Azag. If he lost his Light Wizard, you can't catch Azag, and the game completely flips. The Orc boys doing their best, pushing back a lot of the cavalry here. You can see the pistoliers are starting to go down. Load of grenade launchers raining down from the hills onto the Orc boys, doing some nice damage. We do get a sneaky Spirit Leech on the Knights of Blazing Sun here, doing some relatively solid damage. And the Greenskin forces just trying to reposition. Bounce power is currently quite Greenskin favoured. The Pistoliers, though, are going to be completely free to unleash hell. Although they actually get caught. No, this is what I'm talking about, the micromanagement. It's so hard to manage a build like this. And a lot of the cavalry actually gets caught right now. Warrior Priest is going to come back, but that's a dead unit of Pistoliers. Shield of Faith has gone down, and now Human Boy does react. It only took him, 3 or 4 seconds, but that sometimes can be a determining factor. And once again, the Light Wizard goes for the throw and dances down into combat. They need stabbing, could be active, and there it goes. This is a dead Light Wizard, and all of a sudden, Azag is free. He is free from his magical restraints. He can definitely just not be caught by Boris and simply float around the battlefield. We can see Azag is vibing at the moment away from the edge. The Light Wizard escapes. Oh my god, that is huge. That is huge. Human Boy, please, man. please don't throw this Light Wizard away. He's so crucial to this epic build. Archers are raining down shots now into the Empire Knights. Good news so far of Orc Biggins as well as the Boar Boys to pin in place a lot of these skirmish elements. And the Light Wizard does manage to just about escape. Orc Boar Boys running away in terror. More Boars charging in to counterpunch the Empire Knights. I'm loving the Boar play today. Boris Toddbringer does land down here trying to eviscerate his enemies. Archers are now counter-shooting into the grenade launchers, which is certainly a good target. The grenade launchers have certainly, though, reaped a bloody toll so far. 56 kills on that unit. In the distance, we can... is there any more Outriders left around here somewhere? More grenade launchers here with 40 kills, which isn't too shabby. Azag now is going to be staying low to the ground, surrounded by the lads. This is where he wants to be. Azag's Ard Armor has been popped, and he is no longer in danger, because if Boris wants to come fight him, he needs to fight him amongst the boys, as well as a load of archers. And the poor Knights of Blazing Sun do seem to be going down here, which is a bit of a shame for them. Azag does get hit by a net, which is going to pin him in place. It's not as devastating as it would have been, because there's a load of Orc boys here. They're all buffed up by Azag's Ard Armor, and a load of shots do come into the rear of Azag, though, doing some nice Shameless Burning Gaze, but the Light Wizard had to overcast that, and it looks like he may be breaking. He's just about clinging on for dear life at the moment. Grenade launchers are doing a really good job making such easy work here of the Greenskin front line. Very close game so far. I would say the Greenskins are in a state of advantage, though, simply due to Azag being able to survive a lot of assassination attempts so far and get back in, and now he can be the one to hunt and prowl the skies after this Light Wizard Spirit Leech on him. would be enough to finish him off as well. And the Light Wizard does go down. Boris is trying his little hardest here. There's a load of Orc Arrow Boys raining shots in. And Boris Toddbringer, Shield of Faith, Hammer of Sigma is on him. But remember, guys, Sigma is but a puny manling god. Nothing compared to the power of Gork and Mork. And they are getting their way today. The War is active. Your battle prayers mean nothing to the power of the War. Orc Boys are dishing out the pain to Empire Knights. And it looks like that is going to be a juicy, juicy victory for the Greenskins. And the green one taking this series for free. For free. Time to dance for sure. You should do a video of the top 5 breads. That would be basically awesome. That would do awesome. Boris has a rallied here, so maybe we're counting out the Empire a little bit too much right now. Pistol is doing some decent damage to the little boys, but yeah, there's just nothing really left. That's the problem. Where's the punch? Like, we have some pistoliers, some grenade launchers. Everything's breaking when it gets near the enemy. Azag is pretty beat up and lonely, but at this point, with a cheeky Spirit Leech and arrow support, could probably take down Boris. Could probably take him down. Good luck, have fun. Ready, my lord, is the green one. I love it. The Orc Ad Boys are opening shots now. A nice little bit of juking by Human Boy. Spirit Leech, Foe Seeker goes down. He's trying to get that last glorious charge, and Azag says no. He turns his back to him. You're not worth my time, and falls back. GG. GG. That was awesome. That was awesome. Well played to Human Boy. I love the build. I understand getting aggressive with the Light Wizard to snipe out the Goblin Big Boss. Maybe was his idea, but it was not worth it. I mean, 1,000 damage value is really solid. He put a hone on Azag. Likewise did Boris, 1,100. But then he kind of lost sight of Azag. And Azag escaped, and unfortunately was able to survive. He is a cunningly brutal and brutally cunning fellow. The War Priest did 400 damage value. Empire Knights, 677, 523, and 342 damage. Only 282 on the Lights of Blazing Sun, and 626 is quite poor. Pistoliers did not do good. Only 200 damage value, 277, 421. Outriser Grenade Launchers fared a bit better. 474 damage value and an impressive 1,000 with 91 and 42 kills. Game well managed by Green 1. Whenever he could, he was getting Azag down on the ground, so he was harder to snipe. And keep him alive and active was really quite crucial. 1,000 damage value on the Slaughterer. 1,000 on the Goblin Big Boss. The lads across the board did, a solid job. Nothing too crazy. It really came down to them holding the line, allowing the Orc Arrow Boys to dish out the pain. 1,300 damage value on a unit of Orc Arrow Boys is insane. 820, 336. And whoever said Orc Boar Boys are rubbish? I saw someone in chat say it. 915 damage value, 700 damage value, 552, and 815 once more. Hammer of Gork, 1,393 damage value. Greenskin Artillery is the way forward. GG, well played. Later, Tater. GG. Awesome set of games. Very close stuff. Yeah, Human Boy. Human Boy. A meme build never truly fails, though. Man, you played great today. You played really great. We had some super close games. You can't get much better, man, than a epic 4-3. And you did everyone very proud, man. You did very proud. I mean, you brought down Bloaty Boys at one point as well. The crowd loved it. I loved it. And you're an absolute champ. Well played to the green one as well. Yeah, really nice games. Both these guys put on an absolute performance. So well played to both the green one as well as Human Boy. We've linked their Twitch and their YouTube. Go back up in the... scroll up a little bit and you'll find that we did drop it down there. I almost thought I was going to lose when I saw the Air Force. Net and Boris was super scary. Thanks, Robert, for another cool streaming, and thanks for inviting me to play. No worries, man. Thanks for playing. So, I believe I said it. I still say they are. What's this? Oh, you say they're still bad. Hey, well, you can have your opinion. That's fine. That's fine. they're not that great, I do agree. So thank you guys for tuning in. It's been really good fun. I'm going to send you over to Tyro now, who is streaming. Thank you guys who did stick with me. I know often when Tyro streams, everyone goes to his stream, and I understand why. He is, of course, the biggest multiplayer Total War streamer, one of the best as well. Very talented guy. And let's go share him some love. Let's go yell quack at him. So I'm going to drop a link to Torin's stream. Please do go over here, yell quack repeatedly, and let him know I sent you to share the love. Very talented dude, so please do go support him. He does a load of great work for the Total War Warhammer community. Looks like you guys thought Human Boy was going to win it with a 76% vote there at the end for that last game. But alas, he was brought low. The mighty King Theoden did fall to the wrath of the Wyvern, which kind of happens in Lord of the Rings. So, you know, it's very accurate. Time to invade a stream. So yeah, go over there, yell quack, we'll demand bread, and all that good standard stuff. Let's go on a little raid. So until next time, guys, thank you for tuning in. It's been truly blessed. I've been really enjoying this throughout. And until next time, guys, peace, and as always, stay awesome.